Okay. So, today, I thought I would play some Sorcery. No real mohaha needed, though. It's not really an evil game. You're a hero, after all. I am, or have been, quite interested in this game series for quite some time, and it just went on sale recently, so I snatched up everything, and I'm gonna try for the first time and play a little bit. I don't know how this is going to go. We may die horribly, very quickly, or we might win. But in the end, doesn't even matter. No, in the end, we're gonna have fun. Although I am going to be blowing my throat out, phrasing. But for talking so much today, we will see how that goes. And we know how well I do talking and reading and, yay, stumbling, stuttering, dyslexia for the win. Either way, let us begin with part 1. Let's go. The female character looks so cool. Yeah, do the female character. Oh, that's some loud music. Let me actually tweak that just before we start here. That is loud. Okay. You have walked the winds of somewhere through some other thing and the spiteful something or others all the way to Memphis. You have survived traps, thieves, serpents, and vengeful gods, and now it is here, the crown of kings, and photoshoppy clouds. It is said the crown was never forged, only found by Charlemagne, the Reformer, a lowly foot soldier who became emperor of the Eastern world. Such is the power of the crown. The air around it crackles with influence. I take it. Oh no, the clouds have gone 360 or 180. Whatever. Your destiny awaits. With the crown in your hand, you will be powerful as Charlemagne. The goblins are arming. The giants are... Oh, the audio's going now. Okay. The goblins are arming, the giants are waking, and the birdmen, carving cruel daggers from stone. War will come, but you will prevent it. But then the image of the crown begins to flicker. You rush forward. It's a trap! And startle yourself awake. You are alone, exhausted, and in the little hut in the outpost settlement. Your unimaginable journey is not even a single step begun. Yay! So what really grabbed me about this is the presentation of the game. And I am very intrigued on how this is all going to go. So we will find out. Alright. Click your character to continue. So I have center. Actually, in fact, I can zoom out just a little bit. And look at this beautifully drawn map. This actually... I was going to say, it reminds... Oh, look at the mountains. They actually stick out. Oh, that's a cute touch. Oh, that's nice. I like that. I was going to say, this map reminds me of Elden Ring's map, but in actuality, Elden's Ring map reminded me of this, which kind of brought it back to my purview. So it's actually kind of cool to think about, because the map style is so somewhat similar. It's not quite the same, but like, I love this hand-drawn aesthetic map. Anyway, we have center. Woo! We got stamina, no gold, no rations. Panther, which I can't click on yet. Spellbook and pray. So I think we have to go through a tutorial first. Click your character to continue. Boop. It is sunrise. You dress breakfast on bread. You dress breakfast on bread and goat's milk. Funky. And collect the pack and sword from your side bed. Take the blade. Oh, test the blade. Here we go. You pause to test the blade against your thumb. Ow, god damn it. I cut myself. The blacksmith has done well. The edge is keen and draws a narrow line of blood. Why would you do that to your own hand? You know infection is one of the major death scenarios in medieval times? And you're... Outside the hut, you hear outpost settlement stirring into life. I'm going to pray for some luck, just to be safe. Taking a moment more, you close your eyes and raise a prayer to your spirit guide. This morning, it is the form of a panther. But what will it become once your journey truly begins? A great calm descends on you. Oh, so it will change? Interesting. Time to go. Time, then, to depart. You lift back the flap of the hut and step into the early morning sunshine. Ah, God, it's so bright! Draw a path to the flag. So click. So click. Drag. Boop. Whee! Okay, I like that. It's stupid. Eyes follow you as you leave the hut and walk towards the great wall. The frontier people of this tiny settlement are well aware of your mission. Hello! I'm nice and friendly. Oh god, who the fuck are you? You turn to them and bow, smile in reply, but are too afraid to approach. Oh, some smile and see? Ha! Already starting. But some are too afraid to approach. Others make gestures of protection. You are going beyond the wall, so they believe you are to be cursed. A man is waiting on the path to the gate, the final doorway between where I am now and the winds of, I don't know, Kentucky. You recognize the sergeant of the Sight Master Warriors. He holds out his hand. Hello. Also, before I continue, if you are not familiar with Sorcery, this is a gamified version of a choose-your-own-adventure novel series. And so the artwork has been, I believe, replicated from the books. At least the drawn artwork, not the map, I don't think, but I could be wrong on that. So this is a choose-your-own-adventure. So that's why I'm very worried that we will die. Greetings. I'm polite. Greetings, Sergeant. He touches his forehead with 2 fingers. You are almost ready, my lady, he says. I have for you a gift from the king. 24 gold pieces. It is all we can spare this time. He holds out a pouch. Take it. I'll take all of it. He accepts you accept the gift generosity. Oh, graciously. Yay! Thank you. You should buy some supplies before you pass the wall, the sergeant says, and you must collect your spellbook if you wish magic to aid you. Finally, should you wish to partake your swordplay, I will go one last round with you, and he points to his staff towards the training ground. Excellent. Okay, let's go get our spellbook. One of the huts, set slightly back from the others, is decorated with glyphs and strange symbols. A terrible smell emanates from the doorway. This is the hut of the chief mage. He has been preparing your spellbook for days, reading star charts to work out which spells will be available to you in the different locations in the hills beyond. I'll go inside. You lift the flap and go inside. Oh god. They're right, it is strong smelling. The mage looks up at you with haggard, sleepless eyes and presses the book into your hands. Do you understand how to use this? He asks. No. Tell me. Each spell is crafted through the alignment of 3 stars, he begins. The spell Zap, for example, is made by aligning basically words that start with the letters. But that is not important. What matters is what the spell is called, and what it does. Zap will give you control over lightning. Hot will create fireball. Thoth will force field around you. One of these things is not like the other. I shall continue. Yes, tell me more. Tell me more, tell me. The mage nods. The law spell is formed from Lilith. That's a name I recognize. Oegus and Wex. And it will allow you to control the will of unintelligent creatures. Ooh, good. Wall. Close enough. Spell is quite different and use different stars. The order matters, and see wall creates an invisible barrier. You will find the rest in your book, he adds, tapping the leather-bound volume. Thank you so much. He scratches absently at his ear. Remember, some spells will cost you effort to use, but the ones that will not work without a focus, an item of some kind. You will need to read the book to know what. Spell components. Great. 6 most useful spells. Pretty decent. Okay, and it's going to use some stamina. Thoth. And, some stamina. Law. Dumb. Creatures holding an object, such as a weapon, to take creature clumsy. Pretty good. Big! Ooh, big might actually be useful. Requires 1 gold piece. Spell requires gold, which will pierce the wrists. When the spell cast in, the transformation invisible metal shield. Oh! But the coin will be lost. Okay. Stop. Requires... Okay, so I would... yeah. Some of the probably good ones will need some decent spell things. Spell cast in the caster's own body and creates multiple images. Oh, wow. There's a lot of possibilities we could do. Oh, now we're getting into... How? Yeah, we got... Oh, okay, and there goes the music. Right. And now I'm a gorilla? I don't know. Let's go to buy some rations. Small traders in the settlement supply the Sightmaster warriors with weapons, armor, food, and clothing. You go over with the sergeant to a stall selling flatbread and cheese. 2 gold pieces per ration. Alright. Let's buy more. Check your pack. There is room for plenty inside. I'm going to take 4. So 2, 4, 6, 8. Yes, I'll take 8 Oh, 2. Nope. Reverse that. So I'll take 4 rations. Alright. You hand over your coins. You must be sure to eat every day or you will suffer, the sergeant tells you, standing at your side. Eating more will give you extra strength, but is not necessary. Okay. I like that there's little pins and everything. The training ground. Alright, now we learn how to fight. You walk the sergeant to the trading ground, and he wraps the base of his staff in leather. Ready, my sword. Alright. You begin, the sergeant says. He will practice The stances. First, defend yourself. Choose the attack power by dragging your character sideways to defend. Oh. Oh, that's cute. Alright. Let's see. Is a powerful enemy, but by defending, you will receive the minimum damage from any attack he makes. The Sightmaster Sergeant defends himself as well. The round is a stalemate. I will now defend myself. Whatever attack you play will damage me, but a strong attack will use up more power. You should choose a weak attack. So, okay. We'll do... Alright. The jab of 3. 0.3. There we go. Swing with a weak attack, rushing for the sergeant who is defending. Good choice. A strong attack would have wasted more of your power. My next attack will be one of my strongest. If you can perform a full attack, you may overpower me, but otherwise you had best defend yourself. Okay. Okay. So if I don't move... for a strong attack, pull your character all the way right. Whoop. To defend, pull your character all the way left. So, defend! Ow! Wow, that does hurt. You defend yourself. The Sightmaster Sergeant attempts a strong attack, but you receive only a small amount of damage. He will be weaker now. So his next attack will be lower. My next attack will be a medium strength, he declares, but you will be able to overpower me. Okay. You overpower this before a strong attack by sliding your character to the right. I'm going to say... what? Thrust? Yay! You play a strong attack, overpowering the sergeant. He bows. You have defeated me. Excellent. One stamina lost. Skilled swordplay. Yay! You seem to remember the basics. Sergeant says, good. Another round? No, I think we're good. I think I understand the basics. You shake your head. Very good. But if you wish to bout in earnest, then I warn you, I will not go easy on you. He indicates the wider yard where there is space for a true match. Ooh. Okay, so I'm guessing if I do that, I can gain some bonuses, but I think we're just going to, because, choose your own adventure, lose some stamina, but You reach the foot of the mighty gate. It is sealed. The sergeant places one hand on the wood. The gate has been locked for some time to deter raiders, he tells you, but you will have no difficulty. The stars in this place allow the stop spell to be crafted, and he stands back. Cast a spell. Ooh. Click the letters to find a spell. D, O, P. Open locks and doors. 1 stamina. Stop. You weave the spell. One by one, the great tumblers of the door begin to creak and groan. Then the hinge turns, with a noise like hail on a canvas roof. These gates have not opened since our last champion was lost, the sergeant says. I wish you more luck than he. Perhaps we will even meet him. Oh, perhaps you'll meet him on your travels. I fear he is dead. If I overtake him, then he is too slow. I'm not really. Perhaps I will meet him. He's probably dead. I am sure he's dead. The Sightmaster nods, peering at something in the horizon. I believe he is returning, but transformed. I hope you do not meet the same fate. He stands back from you. Whoop. Together you step into the shadow of the wall. One last word, he declares. When you have the crown, find the highest point you can find. We will be watching. Okay. I will not wish you a safe journey to Kentucky, for the way ahead will not be safe, the sergeant murmurs as he peers into the distance through the open gate. The Sightmaster warriors are selected from birth for their incredible powers of telescopic vision. You cannot help but wonder how far he can see. What lies ahead? This path leads first to Canterbury, a settlement of traders, though most are rogues and thieves. You should be there before the sun has reached its peak. From there, 3 routes lead to the Kentucky, but one knows... I really should read those. But no single route is safe. Kentucky is a land of devils. Why is it only Kentucky? Could be Kansas. And beyond there? I cannot see so far, he says, but once you have crossed the city port of traps, you will enter the backlands. See, I could read that one. They say that day and night there are controlled by forces other than the sun, and from care, too, your progress will be watched. It's time to go. Striding away, you pass through the gate. The faces of the folk watching you depart reveal the hopes that rest on you and your quest. Bye. The early morning air is crisp, and the rising sun paints the slope in shades of peaceful beauty, concealing the evil that lies ahead. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Boop. The path winds through slopes of wild shrubland. The countryside is deserted, and the eerie silence is broken only by the caw of the occasional crow. There is a spell for hearing what they say, but you do not have the equipment it requires. The birds appear to pause in the air to examine you as they pass. Stupid creatures. They pose no threat, so you ignore them. Could I have gotten the thing if I fought him? That would have been nice. Take a walk, da-da-da-da-da. Barely an hour beyond the wall, and the air begins to grow foul. The hills are infested with the pestilence of the backlands. It saps the energy from your body, leaving you feel nauseous and weak. Alright, well, I lost about half my stamina. I'm going to cover my mouth. You cover your mouth with your neck scarf, but it does no good. They warned you of this. You will grow accustomed to it the longer you are out here, but for the moment you must be very careful. Maximum stamina has decreased. You can see your stamina at the top of the screen. If it reaches 0, you are too tired to carry on. Travel cross country or low rise. I think I'm going to stick to the path here, because a town could mean supplies. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Another hour passes, and you crest a small hillock, from the top of which you can see the path continuing downward into a small settlement of huts. This must be Canterbury. Look at the village. Look for a way around. Oh, look at the village. Let's see. I can see from down here. From this distance, it's hard to make out much about the town, except that it must be desperately poor. The fields of either side are brown with caked mud, and the few penned animals are thin and wizened like thirsty vines. No wonder the Sightmaster warriors don't trouble themselves to protect this place. There's nothing to protect. Ooh, I could avoid the village. I'd rather not. Let's go through the village. Let's just pass on through. Let me take a drink. Of course, if you were scared off of a town like this place, then you screw the big words. Then you could not hope to survive in Kansas proper. It started as a joke, but now I don't really feel like reading the proper name. You follow the path down into town. The round huts are made of hard-baked, bright clay. Ooh, pretty. And the roofs are thinly thatched. As you pass, eyes appear at dark doorways, tracking your every move. For a moment, it seems like this will be all you see of the town's inhabitants. But then a villager appears from one of the dwellings and blocks your path. What you doing? He is 5 feet tall. They can't grow much taller out here in this poisonous air. I'm taller than you by 9 inches. He has thicker set arms and thighs, and is half-clothed in tattered breeches. Oh god, cover up, please. His eyes are wild, and his long red hair and beard stand out from his face in a whirly tangle. Hail, stranger! What business have you in, this place? I'm hungry and need to eat? No. I want to buy equipment? I'll say I need directions. I need directions. To where? I'm on my way to Caher, you say. I have myself never left this village, the man declares with pride. That's not really something you should declare with pride. Although I can tell you there are 2 paths ahead, but my advice is not free. You must have money on you. For 2 gold, I'll tell you what I know. Okay, you know what? Poor village, I'll give you some cash. Here you go, here's 2 gold. I'll pay your fee. I'm a nice person. The man takes your money gratefully with a nod and hides it away in the pouch at his waist. I'm glad to help you, traveler, he says. Know that beyond Calliope, there are 2 ways. The low path leads through the Vale of Elven, and unless you are ready for Elven ways, for they are mischievous and magical, you'd better avoid it. The highway, and he gestures upwards with a hand, will take you to the hills and past the mines. Lots of treasure there, they say, but you must keep your head if you take the path, as he laughs. Okay, why do you laugh? There's something you're not telling me. The man doesn't reply, other than to draw a finger slowly across his throat. Bandits. Tell me what you mean. What happens after the mines? Head for the Christian. He answers cautiously. You'll be there in a day or 2. Few villagers here in the hills welcome strangers, but in whatever this place is, you will at least find food and shelter, and beware the black lotus on your travels. Its sweet aroma is deadly. Okay, thank you. The man bows in return. Move on into the village. Ask about places to buy equipment, if you have any. One last thing. Is there somewhere I can trade? I need equipment for my journey. He grunts, but you can see that he is pleased. With emotion, he encourages you to follow, taking you through the village to a larger hut. Aha! See, it's very nice to be nice sometimes. Alright, inside you find that the building is a storage house. A quartermaster, somewhat plumper than the guide, is seated at a table. I'll wait to be introduced, because I'm polite. This lady is here to do business, the villager explains. Get out of here, flea. The fat man replies, getting up from his seat to hustle the villager out. Then he turns to you with a smile and beckons you to sit. Greetings, stranger, he purrs. Shall I show you my wares? Please do. The man wags a finger. Wait here. He disappears for a moment into the side room. Ooh, do I search the room or do I wait? I don't want to be rude. I mean, it's not like I'm going to take anything. Now, while the man is out of sight, you quickly ruffle nearby shelves, but find nothing except a small vial of potion. I'll leave it. I don't know what it is. Don't want to drink it without, Dying. Could be poison. You leave it where it is. There's no way of telling what the vial might contain. See? The merchant returns carrying a large box. For you, he declares, moving his hands as he speaks. You've come to the right place. This collection, the very best. Our most strange and interesting artifacts. Ooh, okay, he's definitely a salesman. Collected from other travelers who have come this way. Alright, well, before I leave, I'm going to check my purse. Add anything that's on me, for that matter. He begins to lay the items out in front of you, treating each with great care. You have 14 gold pieces to spend, but is there anything here that you would want to buy? So there is, okay, a musical pipe, which probably would be good for Fae and Elven stuff, if I decide to go that way. A new weapon, or a weapon just in general. A leather bag, or a jewel. Ooh, that jewel would probably be expensive. Let's go with the bag. What's this bag here? You lift the bag from the table, and its contents rattles. Teeth, the merchant replies, showing his own a little. Finest creature teeth, only 3 gold pieces. What kind of creature? You ask. Goblins, giants, or mole rats? All sorts, the merchant replies. I couldn't tell you myself. I'm no expert. But there's 10 or 12 in there. For 3 gold pieces, well, it's a good price. I'm gonna assume it's a component. I mean... Alright, you know what? I'll take it for 3. Sure. Why not? I'll take a bag of teeth. What is this weapon? Merchant looks at you carefully, sizing up what kind of customer you are. The kind to place a newly bought dagger against his neck, or the kind to tip him for the quality of his blade. I'd give him a tip. But he must see your honor shining through, as he wags his finger once more, and then collects an axe and a fine broadsword from another counter of the shop. These are both treasures, as well as deadly weapons of war, I'm sure you will agree. Ooh, look at the axe. I like axes. You lift the axe from the table. The head is carved with symbols in a familiar language, but the quality of the shaft and head indicate that the axe is well used and may not last many more battles. Turn the axe. What does this broadsword look like? Lift the broadsword. It has a real weight to the cutting edge. It's sharp. It has clearly been honed by a master craftsman. An exquisite blade, don't you think? Only 7 gold pieces. That's too much for me. Take your time. Alright, what's this jewel? You reach your large jewel center of the box, but he stays your hand. Please, it's too valuable to let you handle. 10 gold pieces. Look closely at the jewel. You'll realize the table, peer more closely at the gem. It is clear, glassy, and its surface seems to be slightly... sweating? Ugh. Dragon's tears, the merchant says. You have never heard of such a thing? How much is it? 10? Nah, that's a bit too much for me. No, I'll not take it. Very wise, I'm sure. He puts the jewel carefully away. The merchant nods and begins to hit the box once more. I must save something for my next customer, he replies, with a smile, but perhaps you will return this way, and it will be you. You get to your feet and take your leave for the merchant just outside the doorway in the sunshine. Prepare the example. Alright, look in the bag of teeth. You open the drawstring bag and shift through the contents. It's quite an assortment. There are 3 teeth from an ape, 4 from a goblin, 2 from a and a large molar from a giant. Oh god, that is probably like... I don't want to know how big a giant's tooth is. A size of a ripe plum. Oh shit, that's almost the size of... That's a little bit smaller than my fist. That is... You head out you head along the path to the hills. Alright, now, before we do... I didn't see anything... Okay, that needs pebble. Stamina, fog. I require sand on that. Nose plug. Face mask. Jewel of gold. Da 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 da. Fire water. Looking for teeth. There's Zed. All record history of the spell has been okay. Necromancer who was never seen again. The effects were unknown. The Necromancer notes he found, but were crazed and unclear. So, very, very do not use Zed. Interesting. So I actually going through this entire book wouldn't be that bad of an issue, bad of a choice. File. Ooh, requires a giant's tooth. Ooh, here we go. Yob. Casting the spell requires the tooth of a giant, and when cast, will summon a new giant, whom the caster may control. Once the duty is done. Okay, so, emergency giant in our back pocket. That's pretty good. Oh, and some goblin's teeth. Hello. Oh, and a bamboo flute. Yeah, that would have been nice. The creation spell requires a number of teeth of goblins. The spell may be cast into these teeth to create 1, 2, or any army of goblins, so about as many as teeth I have. You may be commanded to fight an enemy or perform another duties. Okay, so I've got a giant in my back pocket for lifting something very heavy, or a couple goblins to either defend me or possibly get into some tight spaces. Everything else, though, as teeth are concerned, don't seem to be useful. Works for me. Oh, and then I can check my items. Rations, magical items, goblin's teeth, and a giant's tooth. So, okay, that was... So the other teeth didn't really matter. Other items... Oh, no! The other teeth do matter. They're just not useful. Treasure... I got my weapon, which is a nice sword. We got rations. Don't want to eat those. And my spell book. This is nice. You know what this reminds me of? Just slightly? I Spy. Like a very old I Spy game where you have the almost realistic, like the realistic background, but then the kind of shittied, photoshopped other real items that are on top, and you can clearly interact with them, but you're not supposed. It's like not yet. That's cute. All right, out in the village. All right, we spent some cash. Okay, passing the outlying huts, you feel strangely uneasy, hissing from within the sly faces disappearing from doorways makes you feel decidedly unwelcome. Alright, so the only 2 people I met were actually really nice. So they're the only nice people in this place. Well, nice. Then, at the edge of town, you pass a large boulder, and at once 2 rough-cut villagers spring out with swords drawn. Bandits. 2 against 1, the first declares. You're lost, calls the other. So hand over your things. Come on. Reason with them? I don't want any trouble. The first bandit edges forward, a sword tickling your chest, running you through. No trouble at all. The pack. All right, well, you asked for it. You draw yourself to full height. You have mistaken me for someone else, you declare. I would like to give you a moment to reconsider, because I will kill you if I have to. The bandits growl and advance on you, one in either hand. Alright, fight! Oh, God. Real icky. The bandit close to you, cracking and grinning. Time to put the creature in its place. I'm going to do a, let's say, cut. Overpowered. Oh, yep, and I was right. My stamina will go down, so I can't do something very good at the end. Alright. You should have made things easier for yourself, the bandit goads, and launches forward with his sword. You launch a strong attack, knocking him back. The smile on his face drops away in a moment. He's badly bruised. He narrows his eyes. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna go 2.8 and do a side swipe. Ow! Okay, that hurt. That hurt a lot. His stamina was that, so you know what? I'm gonna do another 3.2. And that's one guy. Ooh, and I can retry it if I think I can do better. Enough of this. You aim a savage blow at his heart. The bandit gasps one last, and you run him through. I feel pretty good about that. The second bandit takes one look at his dead colleague and turns and fucks off. Alright. You'll let him go. He will tell others not to try to interfere with Analanders in future. Yeah, oh wow, got that first try. Turning back to the path, you begin walking once more. After about half an hour, the way becomes an uphill incline. Leaving Calliope, Canterbury, whatever, behind marks the true start of the wilderness. Beyond that tiny outposts, there are scattered homesteads and Caher, a thriving city port, but all are touched by cruelty, isolation, and fear. The backlands and the long shadow cast by Mamthag Fortress darkens everything. And with the crown gone, and with the crown stolen, things only grow worse. In the long years since, the Reformer founded the Alliance, the crown has been passed from kingdom to kingdom every 4 years, ensuring each one has its turn to lead, but no more. Ruddlestone, Lendland, Gale Something, and Bryce have all enjoyed its power, but not Analand. But when the crown came to Analand, it was stolen by birdmen from Zaman and carried off to Magpie. Whatever. With the crown, the Archmage will be unstoppably powerful. There is no chance of sending an army against him. A military force would not survive the journey. So here you are, a lone adventurer, walking the long path to Magpan alone. You'd think you'd want to hedge your bets and send a few adventurers, right? 5 minutes later, you reach your fork in the road. This is just as the villager described, so at least your coins were not wasted. It's a fork in the middle of the road. Alright, the road splits beyond the base of a gigantic tree, but does not rejoin on the other side. The left path winds down into a valley, and the right raises up a slope towards the first thick of the hills. Alright, I'm going to look right. Hard to see much further uphill. The forest sudden and thick, and the path narrows. It may be hard going in that direction, but the hills will involve a lot of climbing eventually, and you may get a decent view of the next leg from the top of the ridge. Let's see, look left. You pause to consider the low route. There's a river there, and the path follows the left bank. It is a safer route, secluded and protected, but the curve in the landscape would mean you are almost backtracking. You are about to make your choice when you hear a faint cry from somewhere close at hand. Look around. You look around, then finally up into the branches of a tree. A pair of wizened, calloused feet are dangling down over your head, about to drop on you, perhaps. Who's there? Ugh. Someone that needs a shave. Who's there? The voice cries again. A little more boldly this time. Up, eh? Help, help! I can't get down! Great, I was not expecting to be doing voices. That just came out. It is the voice of a feeble, worried old man. Stepping back a little, you can see him clearly, as thin as sticks and dressed in dirty rags. Oh, yeah. What are you hiding from? How the old man got up the tree is a puzzle. He must have been escaping from someone fearsome to climb so high. What are you hiding from? You cry. Damned elvins! He replies. I were traveling with some guy, probably not a Dampier, to the outpost settlement in Analand, but I were waylanded by elves, robbed me blind, but all but took my eyes, and left me up the tree. I keep getting older, you see. We all do, but some worse than others. Climbed up, but now I'm too old to get down. Like you went up the tree and then you started rapidly aging? Alright, let's help him out of the tree. Swinging yourself into the lower branches of the tree, you reach up and grab the old man by the waist. He is light as a leaf, and within a moment you have lifted him on the ground. Thanks for that, he remarks, brushing himself down and almost knocking himself over in the process. I was just starting to get a bit, perturbed, but I'm on the safe now. He seems remarkably confident, considering that the slightest stumble might break his fucking spine. Alright, what are you gonna do now? Keep going to Randaland. I'd be careful of the village. That's where I set off from. A while back now, you wouldn't believe the story if I told you. Suffice to say, though, if I know my eyes from my eyes, you're heading out to Mampag, and you'd better be smarter than I was, you idiot. Is he the adventurer that I... whatever. He presses the page into your hand. It is a page torn from a spellbook. This might be old some use to you. I found this, just found it. Mind, you don't go asking how, but it's no good to me. Alright, I'll take it. You take the page and thank him. The man falls quiet and squats down on the ground. With his jabbering done, you hear a buzzing sound from high up in the tree. A beehive. Ooh. Beeswax is useful. But bees hurt. You know what? Let's go and investigate. Actually, it's kind of funny because I saw in the picture there was a beehive. Oh, that's cute. Little unintended foreshadowing. Or maybe it was intended. I don't know. Leaving the old man sighting gratitude in the ground, you climb up through the branches of a tall tree. Alright, let me actually... What was the new spell that we just got? I don't know where it would be. God damn, this is a big spell book. Is that it? Dud? It's an illusionary treasure. Ooh, that's cute. Dim, fall, fog. Ooh, there it is. No, tell. Skull cap. Oh, see? Oh, requires staff of oak sapling. Alright, that's not what I thought it would be. Ooh, yeah. Well, some green-haired wig would be interesting. Alright. What if I go into the items? What was... Giant's Tooth. Ah, here we are. Examine. The page is torn through and only half the spell is visible. C-A. Okay. Well, it's something. The beehive hangs like a ripe fruit from the highest branch. A huge number of bees dance in and out of the swarm. I could use some magic. Freehand, let's see. Let's cast a spell. See if I can't do something here. Actually, fair point. I don't even know what kind of spell I would use. So if I... Oops. Let's see here. The spell book. So far, the one downside of this game, going through the spell book. Let's see what we can do here. Well, I can see the fix. Animate object. Holding. Alright, something about... It looked like it was something to do with bees, but it was not. Sap. Which only useful in combat. Demoralized an opponent. That is... Lost its will. Creature demoralized. Is easier to defeat. No, that's not going to work. Fog. Turns pitch black eyes. Yeah, no, can't use that. Good defensive spell. Cast any attacking creature. Muddle the mind. Spell's useful if I'm caught in a pit trap and begin to fall. So, good to know if I begin to fall from a very large height. Mag. Spell protects the caster from most magic. Must be used quickly, though. Caster creates a pile of gold. Upon a creature, reducing its movement. Alright, so make someone slower. How? Safest way to escape is desired. Ooh, how is going to be good to you. Noted. Vial of glue. Yob. Giant ain't going to do shit. Goblin maybe, but probably not. Doing a double. Sus. Trap. Oh, so if I suspect a trap, I cast that. And I can, determine it. That's what I want. If I can get some beeswax, it's required by rummaging the wax and blade. The weapon and casting the spell becomes razor sharp. He's double normal damage. That's pretty good. Like, that's worth getting some beeswax for. This opens the door. That big, dumb, cast at creatures holding an object. No, that wouldn't work. Casting the spell, non-intelligent attacking creature. Take control of the attacker. For a short time, the attack will cease. That's probably not going to work here. Wall, Foth. Barrier in front of the caster, which is capable of keeping out intruders. No, unfortunately, there's no spell here, actually. But you know what? No, wait a minute. Let me double check the spell book here. Creates invisible wall, hot, blah. Let's see. It's not something with 3. I don't think this is worry for 3. Cast the caster's own body. Will inflate the body 3 times normal size. Increase the power of the caster and especially useful against large opponents, but must be used with caution in confined spaces. Maybe big could work here. Da, 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 da. Yeah, let's try big. If I can. If not, then I don't know. B. I. G. Big. You cast the spell, swelling quickly to 3 times your normal size. The bees swarm angrily around you, but can barely feel their stings. Ooh, great. Anaphylactic shock much? As you reach out to the tree and pluck the hive like an apple, cracking it open, you extract the rich honeycomb and a lump of beeswax, which you roll up into a ball. Goodness me, the old man remarks. Wish I'd had you around when elves were after me. That would have shown 'em. The spell fades, and you shrink back to normal size, and drop to the ground. You stash your finds in the backpack. The light is fading. It's time to move on. Oh, the man cries suddenly. Do you want to hear me riddle? I heard it from the elves. Yeah, sure. You gesture with a hand for him to speak. See him through, he sees you not. A stinging beast in a box not left. To guard a key, it is his lot. To go a witch for lurk... What? You thank him, you nod once, then turn... Okay, wait a minute. Hold up. What the fuck? See him through... See him, though he sees you not. Okay. I can see him, but he can't see you. A stinging beast in a box not left. To guard a key, it is his lot. So if I see a creature like this, he has a key with him. To goal a witch of luck brief. Alright, whatever. So I'm not dealing with elves. We know that. Well, wait a minute. Which way is... Oh, we can hear bees and... Oh, that's cute. So wait a minute. The mines are supposed to have treasure. At least I think. If I remember correctly. This way is supposed to be easy, but possibly bandits. The left and the right. I don't know. Treasure. No, you know what? We're gonna be safe. We're gonna be safe. Go the way we thought. Okay. You head into the valley. It seems the safest route, secluded without providing an opportunity for ambush. And no matter how quickly darkness falls, the riverbank will guide you your way. The man calls something after you about elves, but you ignore... this way is the way with elves. Shit. The path winds alongside a bubbling stream. You follow it, keeping to the west bank. The valley itself becomes narrower, and on either hand. A good spot for an ambush. You had only hoped that nobody knows you are here. After an hour's walk, you begin to feel hungry. You will need to eat at least once today to keep your strength. Okay. Nom 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 nom. Taking a seat on the grassy bank above the water, you eat the Sorcery honeycomb. Oh, because I got a ration. Oh, because that counts as a ration. Oh, the honeycomb count. Oh, yum. So the beeswax I have in backup, hopefully not being used. You rest for half an hour or so and continue on your journey. Da 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 da. Ooh. The valley continues, and you walk for many hours until the sun begins to set behind the bank and the air grows cold. Now would be a time to find and pitch camp if you intend to sleep before darkness descends completely. But the moon will rise soon enough, and you could walk on through the night. Somewhere beyond the valley are the villages with real beds. So I could, because it would be over here or over here. But you know what? Let's be safe. Let's make camp along the river. Maybe we can do some fishing. Oh, we don't have a fishing pole. After a little thought, you decide to stop. In the moonlight, the river will turn black, and the way will be hard to find. Better to sleep and set off early tomorrow. You find some rocks that form a natural hollow beside the bank of the stream and settle yourself inside. As comfortable as a rat in a hole. Scurry, scurry. Before you decide to sleep, you check through your pack. You have 4 rations left. No, we already ate. We're going to take a nap. Sleepy, sleepy. Plus, we're only at 9 of 10 stamina, so we're good. But you don't need to eat again. 1 meal is enough. You rest your head into the pack and close your eyes. Smells of honeycomb. Oh, have a nice scented pillow. You rest your head into the... Okay. Eventually, you drift off to sleep, soothed by the babbling of the stream. But a short while later, you are awakened by a splashing noise. Ooh. Stay still and listen. Reasoning with... make sure they don't see that you know you're there. Reasoning that you are well hidden by the rocks, you keep your breathing quiet and listen. Creatures, 2 or 3 of them, maybe. They are splashing in the stream, perhaps washing, perhaps throwing stones, or catching fish. Let's be safe about this. We've been told there's some Fae bullshit going on. Never trust the Fae. Just don't. So I'm going to stay low. You stay silent, listening. closely. After a while, they seem to tire of their game. The valley falls quiet and still once more. I'm going to stay alert just for a minute. A little bit longer. Alright, you stay alert and hear the rustle as the creatures approach once more. Coming down the bank of the valley behind you, you sit up sharply. Oh, yeah, okay. Well, they're not elves the way we know them, but yay. They point and gabble excitedly to another. One of them rises into the air and flies across the water to look at you more closely. You have never seen creatures like this before. Show I am able to defend myself. Okay, well, now that they see me and are like, hey, you're a thing, I can say hi. Hi there! The creature darts up higher into the air at your voice. They cautiously... they cautiously approaches once more. What am I? What are you? In our valley. A traveler. A traveler, you declare. Oh, my way from one place to another, and meeting no harm. Well then, traveler, will you join me and my companions? No, I need to sleep. And we have interrupted your slumber, the creature replies. Yes. Did it occur to you, Thickling, that you interrupted our fishing with your stench? Oh, well, sorry. I'm sorry. You bow your head. I'm sorry for that. No matter, no matter. The elven replies cheerfully, and he beckons you. Come over here. The creatures dance around you, nipping at your arms and splashing water at your legs. They turn their glows on and off, making delightful... I'm trying to think of the word. What's the creature? Fireflies. There we are. Making delightful flashing patterns one moment and plunging you into the darkness the next, only to reappear suddenly in front of you and make you jump. It's a charming, if somewhat threatening display, and a little creepy, like a toothy smile of a tiger. After a while, you suddenly realize they are gratefully leading you down the river with their games, and away from the rocks where you have left your belongings. Where are we heading? They reply with their usual laughter. Our village is just up the river. Don't you want to see? I need my stuff. Won't you take me back to them? We'll help. We will. We like things. You can show us your things. This way, calls one, leading you back to the river. We'll find your bag and things right where you left them. You follow until you're back to the rocks where you posted. The elven, okay. Possessions are still all safe. The elven gather round, keen to see what you have for them. Alright, well, you know what? Here you go. You guys were kind of fun. Have a gold piece. I still have 10. You take a gold piece from your pouch. Here, for your trouble. One of the elven takes the coin, bites it, nods, then tosses it into the middle of the river. Shiny things look better underwater, he says. To his friends, he adds, fish for breakfast. And quite suddenly, they are flying away up into the air, taking armfuls of their caught fish with them. And you are alone once more. God, this could have been really bad. And the valley is mercifully quiet. You sit up again, the rocks meaning to stay awake in case they return, but the sound of the water quickly lulls you to sleep. Once again, the crown fills your dreams. Only now, instead of being hidden away in Mampag Fortress by the Archmage, you see it on the head of the burly villager from... Okay, that village. Anyone can wear the crown, he declares to you, but wearing the crown, you are no longer just anyone. And then he points a finger at you that seems to crackle with energy, and you find yourself drawn towards him, commanded to do his bidding. Suddenly, you are surrounded by angry bees. You are walking towards a crack in the ground. It seems sure to swallow you whole. You stumble at its edge, about to fall. the next morning. Yeah, like I said, that could have gone probably worse if I was... Don't like dealing with the Fae. The morning air is cool and good for walking. You feel a little stronger than yesterday. Hey, 12 stamina, nice. Still, halfway between sleeping and walking, you feel the presence of the spirit, the ape, close nearby. Its form has changed since you left Analand, just as you have changed, but it is still walking beside you. In the temple, they taught you that a prayer to your spirit could heal disease, lift curses, even save you from certain death, but the spirits are not generous and decline to help often. You can ask your spirit aid using the pray button. Alright, so it's a very, very risky choice. You wake and set off down the stream once more. After a few hours, you come across a rope bridge strung precariously between two boulders and spanning the river. A path leads away from the other side and runs over a small hill. So, okay, we have options. This way looks like it will get to this village. There might be something right there with that little burrow, whatever. And it would be pretty, straightforward onward here. And then we're making our way all the way back up here. Ooh, I wonder if we can take the river to get to our end destination. Doesn't look like we can, but we might. Who knows? So there's two villages we can take and go this way, but there's some forest along the path here. You know what? Let's go with... you know what? Let's stay safe. We'll stay on the banks. We'll take a look at the village over here. You continue along the riverside path for several more hours until you reach a wide bend. In its elbow is a cluster of huts made of thatched branches and twigs. It is clearly not unoccupied, as smoke rises from a fire set in a space between the dwellings. But there is not a sound to be heard. It must be the village the Elven were leading you to last night. A place of tricks, mischief, no doubt. Huh. Well, it was kind of nice to them, but chances are... Yeah, let's not tempt fate in that sense. If it's an elven village, then it's best avoided unless you want to meet more of their kind. So instead, you climb up through the undergrowth, planning to make a wide sweep around the village. Then the going is hard. Bushes and tall grasses catch and snatch at your arms. Then suddenly you feel a strong hand on your leg, which makes you whirl around, but there's no one there. The grip stays fast. Tug away and continue. Draw my sword. I'm gonna draw the sword. Oh god, it's a snake! As you pull free your weapon, struggling with the underbrush around, you hear a hissing noise, and the body of a large two-tailed serpent seems to materialize before your eyes. One of its tails is wrapped around your leg, and now, with a flick of its body, the creature sends you flying into the bushes. Oh god! You come back cautious of the creature's strength. Alright. I'm gonna defend. Take a damage. That's fine. The serpent... Oh, I also lost something. The serpent's great coils are winding around your feet. In a moment, they will tighten and snap your ankles. Oh, God! You drop into a defensive crouch, stepping well back as it launches forward like lightning. You escape mostly unscathed. Alright, I gotta go kind of hard here. Cut. Actually, no. Let's pull back just a little... to 3.5. Swipe! Oh, shit! When the serpent is sliding across the grass towards you with lethal speed, you cut across its body, but it catches the blow with its hard tip tail, or tail tip, whichever way you say it. It knocks you backwards into the grass. Your head spins. It snaps and bites as the air at the air between you. All right. Let's go with another. Let's go with a side swipe. Aha! You wait as the serpent shifts, exposing its belly. When you attack, you cut side blow. It slips away from beneath your blade. Its head tumbles backwards into the grass. It snaps and bites. Alright, you know what? We're going to go a little bit stronger here with a 4.4. Hey, yeah! Oh, wow, that was way overpowered for that. The serpent is retreating, but you give chase. Launching off your heels, you hinge the beast's neck and recoil quickly. It recoils quickly. Alright, press the advance then. Let's go with a 2.8. There we go. Another 2 down for you. The serpent is now afraid. Swinging up from a low crouch, you aim to sever its head, catching it unguarded. The terrible creature is suffering. It can barely hold up its neck. It snaps and bites. So, alright. Full amount. Whoop. There we go. Dead. God. Ugh. Snakes. Why'd it have to be snakes? The serpent... The serpent turns, but you won't let it escape. Risking your weight, you thrust forward. With a great cloud of dust, the head of the serpent clashes to the ground, and the light in its eyes, forever dark, goes. It goes. With the serpent defeated, you sheathe your sword. Well, wipe it off first. God, you don't want blood to go in your sheath there. That's how you get some very bad smells. With the serpent defeated, you sheathe your sword and push on through the bushes until you reach a point where they thin out into a waist-high grassland. I would have taken the snake. Snake hide could be sold for something, or venom, or something. Snake would be useful. Take its teeth. We have a bag of teeth. Why not take the teeth? Oh, great. Clever girls. Tall grass and all of that. The going is much easier out in the open, and you make quick progress. For once avoided a wide view of the sweeping hills. Their thick forests and deep ravines. You see it like this. It could cover the whole world. You happen across a parting in the grass where someone has been this way before. Follow the path, cut through the grass. You know what? Sure. Let's see what's over here. You press on through the grass, and after another half an hour or so, you reach the river bank again. There's no river. Well, upstream of the village you were avoiding. Oh, well upstream. Okay. But as you stop to take in the view, you notice your backpack feels lighter. Looking inside, reveal the truth. The collection of goblin's teeth are no longer in your pouch. You have lost your ball of wax. Alright. Retrace my steps. You can still just about see the path you cut through the grass. If you turn that way and look down as you go, maybe you'll find what you've dropped. You take the first couple steps, and that's when you notice the way the grass is moving. It isn't the wind making the tips of the stems behind. They're moving of their own accord, wrapping like grasping tentacles around your bag, belt, and boots, and trying to pull them clear away. Cut the blades. God, get stupid grass! You draw your sword and start to chop left and right at the stems, but they don't cleave. Quite the opposite. They wind together into thick ropes and start to wind around the blade of your sword. Before you know it, they're almost pulled from your grip. Alright, pull back. Hold up. You put the blade back quickly, and the grass moves away once more, moving at as easily as ripples in the surface of a pond. You've heard of this stuff. It is pilfer grass. It's not intelligent, but takes things simply through instinct, and then carries them away, passing them from blade to blade. You look back across the endless shifting parade you have just left. You could search for weeks and never find what you've lost. There's no choice but to give up and move on. You know what? Leave my pack, then go back in. Carefully, you remove your pack and leave it on a stone far enough, you hope, from the grass. You leave your sword as well, as your money pouch. Ugh. Everything that isn't tied to your body. If anyone should happen by and steal them, you'll be in serious trouble. Then you wade into the grass and search for what you might find. You know what? I'm going to look quick. If I can find the bees. Oh, hello. You only dare to a quick look and find nothing but a locket containing a small portrait of a woman. Then you return quickly back to your belongings. You walk for several hours. Oh, so I lost my teeth and my beeswax? Oh, I wanted that beeswax. Alright, stay on the path then. Eventually, you reach the riverbank, well upstream. The village. Alright, but I found, I don't know, someone's lost trinket. That could be useful. You never know. Boop. Alright, note to self. Fuck grass. If I had a weed whacker, I oughta. Hell, if it gave me the spell, I would have fireballed all of it. And made a forest fire. Yay! Fuck you, Smokey. You reach the river once more, but now the path goes across. Beyond, you can see a long, wide track, with trees lining the left-hand edge, and a wide field of long grass on the right. In the far distance, a curl of smoke indicates a village. Then, the evening is beginning to draw in. It would be good to reach the town before the light is gone. Alright, let's test the bridge to make sure we're not going to fall. Before crossing, you make sure to test the guy ropes. Look at those guy ropes. I did not know what they were called there. Of the bridge to ensure it is sound, but it seems safe enough. Satisfied, you make your way across the boards. In the middle of the bridge, a man stops you. Halt, he declares. This is my bridge, and to cross, you must pay the toll. Oh, alright, how much? Oh, how much is the fare? Toll is just 1 gold piece. Oh, okay, here you go then. That's a reasonable toll. Actually, very reasonable, in fact. And you put 1 gold piece into his hand. The man touches his forehead with the coin in thanks, and with that, he strides away whistling. I mean, he might not have been the person's, might not actually be his bridge. You never know back in the day. It's like, hey, there's a toll here. When there isn't. It's just, a guy could just lie to you and say, hey, 3 gold. Oh, okay. It's a reasonable toll anyway. You head off down the bridge and back into the path. None the wiser, and you have none the wiser. You have a long way still to travel today. Oh yeah, no, holy shit, we have a long way. Oh god, more elves. The path continues along the side of a line of trees. Suddenly, an acorn lands on your head, and you hear tittering from overhead. Oh god, the squirrels! They're manning attacks! Oh no, it's just elves. You look up in the tree and see elves. They're just throwing acorns. I'm just gonna keep walking. It's cute, guys. It's cute. You are pelted by more and more acorns. Ow, 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 ow. As well as some sticks and branches. You break into a run. Soon you are out of reach of the annoying creatures. At least I lost some stamina, goddammit. At least it was just stamina. Ow, god damn it. God, acorns hurt. The sun is now just past its zenith, and everywhere a dusty heat rises from the baked earth. You begin to think about where you will stay for the night. Another night's sleep out in the open wood would be best avoided, but you see a small village in the hill. Can I look at it? Smoke rises from the stacks. This must be chrysanthemum. The houses are well set with stone at their bases and thatched roofs of grass and thick leaves. There is, unusually, more than just the one street running through the center of town. Ooh, it's a town. Ooh, how fancy of them! But it is in the center of town. But it is as though the place, once rich, has had its heart scooped away. Litter surrounds the buildings, and on the edge of the village are rows and rows of empty, abandoned houses. Okay, I continue down the path. So, avoid the village or empty the village. Something's up with this place. But, if it's abandoned, that means we might be able to loot. You walk into the village. Young hill dwellers pass you. Oh, wait, no, there are people. Damn. And stare at your strange clothes and nod back. Look at the people. Their own attire is rough by comparison to your gear. They wear their hair long but piled up on their heads, so in buns and ponytails. All right. These people are ghastly poor. The village is like a ghost town. They're on the knife's edge of the backlands. All right, so alright, let's go to the inn. So we need sleep. You stop a passerby to ask for an inn, and they lead you there directly. The woman who runs the place stands in the doorway with her arms folded. Are you from the king? No, I'm a mere traveler. No, I'm a mere traveler. The woman narrows her eyes at you. This is a guest house, the best in whatever. Our only guests stay, and any guest of mine knows it costs me 3 gold piece to host a traveler overnight, and 2 to feed them, but it's all between friends. I'll take a room. Do I want to eat? I don't know where I can get some gold. The woman shows you the way to a room. There are 3 other guests already staying and asleep. So you settle quickly. The bed is not clean, but it's comfortable. Oh god. It's full of bed bugs. Lice. After the long day and all its narrow escape, you are grateful beyond measure. Now I'll see what they have. You know what? I'm going to eat my own provisions. Before you close your eyes, you quickly eat a quantity of your cheese and bread. Ooh, cheese and bread. A little bit of Chianti, and we should be just fine. You feel better for it, and it will help you sleep. Say what money I have right at the moment. Ooh, 13 of 14 now. Your dreams are vivid once again. You are walking endlessly, the hills moving up and down under your feet like a rippling sea. Every step exhausts you, but no step moves you forward. Meanwhile, the food in your bag is rotting, wet throughout from the sweat of your back, and that's why you put it in the side pouch. You don't put it on your back. That stuff gets mushy. Yeah. And in the distance, a deep voice is booming with laughter. The long, cruel finger of one hand are curled around the metal frame of a crown, and with the other he beckons you forward, as if into a trap. Oh, goody. Trap. Oh, and then we're... I guess if we went to... whatever. Doesn't matter. Oh, yeah, and then the other path led... from here, and then here, and then here. Wow. Just think, though. I will say, if you think about it, there's still a lot of things we didn't do so far in this little trip. I'm trying to be safe and everything, but, this is cool. Ooh. Okay, there's some ruins there, and then a forest with a hut. Well, let's see what we got here. Beyond this place, a really bad place, You wake early and sit for a moment, in no great hurry to leave the village. This is now the third day of your journey, and the muscles in your legs are feeling lean and strong from such walking. You wish you brought a horse, goddammit. You spend a short while enjoying the peace, then unhurriedly collect your possessions and set off along the path. Christina is surrounded by several miles of fields. It sits in a well-protected ring of hills and is close enough to the river to be reasonably prosperous, although it's not, for some reason. As you follow the path between lines of sun-baked crops, you come to a fork in the road. The right-hand way leads past a set of outbuildings, while the left hand head directly off into the deep woodlands. I'll be honest, I've had enough with the woods. The woods are... Oh, this is a long way around, but it looks like we might... That is the shorter way. But I'll be honest, I kind of want to look at those ruins. I need stuff. And I have the rations. I have the rations if need be. You glimpse a few people at work by the building. There will be precious little company on your journey, so you should take it while you can. Approaching a low wall, you see a blind beggar, sheltered in the shade with his hand held out, stretched. He hears you approach, and clicks his fingers. Alms, would you? For the love of Sindala, alms? Alright, look at him. The man is a sorry sight. He is skinny and sparsely clothed, and his eyes are painted with a dark dye to indicate his blindness for all to see. Please, mistress, I wouldn't ask if I didn't need it. Used to be a gaoler, see? Now I don't. I don't know what a gaoler is, but what happened to you? Red eyes, he answers, and won't say any more. Well, I'm sorry for your loss. Can't eat pity. Alright, well, yes, no, I know you can't eat pity, so here. You are kind, traveler, the beggar says. He feels over the surface of the coin, then bites down on it, making sure it's not wooden. Why me? This is a gold piece. You are too generous for a poor, sightless beggar. You'll see me killed if anyone knows that I have it. Well, look after yourself. Okay. Well, look after yourself. My mind just... The reason why I paused there, my mind kind of remembers... So in D&D and that kind of stuff, gold pieces, even though you find a lot of gold pieces and whatnot, it's actually not a very common thing, despite the fact that it's always gold pieces. So me giving away a gold piece is like me saying, here, have $100. Look after yourself. Wait, he calls. One moment, please. He begins to scramble around, feeling over his body as if looking for holes. Eventually he cries, aha! And pulls out a copper key, which he holds out. What is that? What is that? You ask cautiously. Years ago, I lived in Carey, he explains. Carey was my home, and in the city port, I watched over prisoners in the gaol. Oh, gaol as in jail. Old-timey jail. Got it. Beware the red eyes in Carey, or my fate will befall you, and you'll be here with me, begging for your living. What are red eyes? Pray you never find out, is his simple reply. Listen to me. Carey is wary of strangers, but this key will help you if you be captured by red eyes. Trust old me. Oh, so red eyes might be a bandit leader or something. Okay. As the man talks, you step quickly out of the road as an ox cart whips past you, raising dust. It doesn't stop. All right, I take the key. Also, just realized that's the, isn't that the riddle? Wasn't that what that riddle was that we were told? I think. Interesting. You take the key and put it safely in your pack. Thank you, you say, then move on. You follow the path away from the village. Hopefully I don't lose it like I did my goddamn beeswax. Ah! At least they have the giant's tooth still. That's still good. You follow the path away from the village for half the morning. The walk is easy. It feels as natural as breathing to have the road move beneath your feet. Hard to believe you trained for this journey so long, now that you are on it. You climb a little, tracing the side of a group of trees until you meet a fork in the road. You can continue straight on the path forward or turn west for a while. Fuck the forest. Da-da-da-da-da, straight on. Look, ruins are ruins. We might find something cool. You continue along the path, climbing. Your legs feel strong and lean. By the end of this journey, you will be built like a mountain goat. Ha-ha. Yodelay. The afternoon progresses, long and easy. This place you are walking through seems thick with desolation, as if it was long ago abandoned. And then, as if to confirm your thoughts, you come across two enormous stone pillars, listing slightly either side of the road. They form a gate, but the gate is 3 times the height of a man. Look them over. Peering closely, you make out the faded remains of carved characters. In the old script, L and K. The remnant of a spell of fortune, perhaps, or of binding for those now fallen stones. Alright, well, we go through. Keep moving through the gates. Let's take a gander. Let's see what we got. Oh, we're going to take a drink, too. An entire stream of talking straight like this. It's not going to be great for the throat tomorrow, but well entertaining. I am enjoying this. Hopefully someone else is too. Hey. You step into the shadow of the enormous gate. The ruins of walls line the path either side, but these are walls built from blocks the size of ox carts. Ooh, pretty big. Centuries ago, this must have been a palace of a king, 12 feet tall. Ooh, giant stuff. Now it has been leveled, and the stones stolen. Ooh, excuse me. And stones stolen for the field walls and foundations of the village all around. Oh, well, at least they're recycling. That's good. Continue climbing. Investigate the... Well, I mean, I came here for the reason of investigating and looking around. Let's see. You take a moment to clamber out over the ruins and off the path until you are surrounded by waist-high grasses. Oh god, not grasses again! The ground rises and falls sharply around the outlines of houses and buildings. You trace the line of a street wide enough to run 3 carts abreast. Ooh, big highway. That leads quickly downhill towards a forest. Once this place was rich and plentiful, what happened here to remove every last trace of these colossal people? I'm going to look inside the house. You stop by the edge of a house. The inside wall only stands as high as your knee. Grass nods above it. Looking inside, you can make out the edges of a fireplace, the back wall, and an adjoining area. Perhaps a grain store or a basement. Or a bedroom. Search in the grass. Hey, sure, why not? Fuck grass, but you know what? We'll take a look. You take a few moments to search through the long grasses and find nothing until your hand closes on a clay pot near one wall. It is shaped of a wine jug, but although 3 times the usual size. Oh god, it's huge. Around the neck is a red stain. Wine, or maybe blood. It's impossible to tell. Yep, that was blood. The base of the pot has been smashed away, perhaps by age, perhaps by someone unhappy with the contents. You leave the pot behind. Alright, down the street we go. You follow the line of the street down the slope of the hill. The further you go from the path, the more outgrown the the ruins become, until you can barely make out the outlines at all. After a while, you are not following the street at all, but simply holding to the same line. You approach the edge of a thick woodland. Oh. Alright, well, we kind of went through. I mean, we could go and do Dumpfus, but, you know what? I'm going to keep going up. Turn back and climb. The path crosses over a low, broken wall, and then rises sharply uphill through a pass. After a while, you see two cave mouths, one to the left of the path, and another to the right. I mean, I can't... So here's the I can't use the spell to determine, but that might be a different thing. Left or right? Left or right? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a tiger by the toe. If he hollers, let him go. Oh god, that's a giant tiger. To the left it is then. The left-hand cave is a little wider at its mouth, but it is also not deep and appears to be empty. Rubble covers the floor, along with a few items that suggest someone lived here. A huge broken stool, a net with a wide mesh, and a large human-shaped skull the size of a dog. This place was clearly home to a giant. Well, was is a good choice. Investigate. Let's see what's here. And if I can... Still, by the look of the skull, it seems the giant is long gone, so it should be safe to look around. What's this net here? You pick up the net. The squares are so large that a rabbit or deer would be able to run straight through, but they're small enough that they could catch an animal of about your size. Of course, you'd cut your way out of such a trap in a moment. I'm going to take some of that net. You roll up the net. Look, you never know what could be useful. Let's take a look at the skull here. Can I take the teeth? Next, you turn your attention to the giant skull. There's no trace of flesh remaining on the bone, and the eye sockets are dull and empty. No one has lived in here for a long time. The top of the skull has been knocked around a bit. There's a crack in the top, and most of the teeth are missing. Teeth, you say? There are only 2 teeth left in the jaw. Can I pry them loose? Use the tip of your sword to pry a couple of giant's teeth free, and you slip them into your pack. Yes! 3 giant's teeth! God damn, I have, like, stones. Oh, that is weird that my character just likes collecting teeth. It's very her. It's very her. I just like collecting teeth. Well, what do? I just collect them! Necklaces are cool. Alright, look at the stool. Finally, you look at the stool. It's made from the lower branches of an ash tree, braced together with joint pins the size of your forearm. And before the stool broke, it could probably have borne the weight of several cattle. But it's broken now, and of no use to you. And there's no way you could carry it far. Alright, I'll leave it. You put the stool down. Couldn't carry it far, so... You've seen enough. You turn and leave the cave. Can we see the other one? Alright, we can look at the other one now. This is probably the one where he is, living still. You cross the path and go over to the other cave. There's a faint whistling sound. The wind? I'm gonna go further in. Oh, well, shit. You creep further in. Then, a few steps on, you stumble and fall, and as you do, the whistling stops. To your horror, you realize that you have tripped over... What you tripped over is a foot. A giant slowly rubs his eyes and gets to his feet. It hoists up a massive stone club. Oh, crap. Cast a spell. Y-O-B. You know what? Let's use one of those teeth right now. Yeah. You pull out a giant's tooth and throw it onto the ground and cast your spell. A plume of smoke rises into the air as if the tooth has set alight, and then out of the smoke steps another giant. The two close with each other, slamming each other with their clubs. The noise fills the valley, and huge waves of dust are kicked up. Alright, okay, here's the thing. I can press my luck here and wait to see who wins. And I kinda want to. Oh, fuck. The fight is vicious, but ultimately the hill giant knocks the life out of your summoned creature. But not before your champion has done some damage. It will now be up to you to finish the giant off. Well, shit. Oh, wow, that is actually a lot of damage. Okay, we might actually stand a chance here. Defend! Oh, they were defending as well. With a roar that shakes the rock, the giant swings its club and comes for you, determined to crack open your bones. You raise your sword to cover your body. He raises his club defensively, and you circle one another. Alright. Feeling each other out now. Oh, God. Okay, here's how we're gonna pull this off. We're gonna have to go really strong here. 5.6. Cut his... Oh, wow. Oh, no! He's defensive. He is weakening. That was a bit much. Okay. Stealing your courage, you move in, aiming to trap the giant against the cave wall. Readying a blow, you pass the stone, you hurtle forward. He flicks your attack nearly away with his club. The hill giant stumbles suddenly. He's weakening! Alright. I think he's on the defensive. Oh, shit! Oh, god damn it! That hurts a lot. You're attempting to attack and suffer for it. The giant raises its enormous club and brings it crushing down on you. You are caught off balance. You stagger to the rock floor, stunned. Holy shit. His stupid eyes are watching you closely, not wanting to take a risk. Alright. Let's go. Sideswipe! 2. Oh, I only need to hit him once. Taking each chance, you move forward, moving swiftly. Your aim towards its heart. The giant deflects as well as he can. Oh boy. Okay, one more damage. I'm gonna defend. Ow. Okay, that's fine. You drop down, protecting yourself. The giant swipes its terrible club. You throw yourself to the ground. You are mostly unhurt. And then just go thrust. Oh, by 0.3. Very nice. Readying yourself, you move in. Maybe I can take his teeth. Preparing a swing that could cleave a tree trunk, you charge for your opponent. Then your sword slips between the giant's ribs and he falls, gasping his last in a noise like a gushing waterfall. My apologies, sir. I am sorry for... We could have just talked, you know? I mean, I accidentally stepped on your foot and entered your home. I didn't think anyone was living here. We could have just parted ways. I'm sorry, but you're dead now, and that's just how it happens. Ha! The mountain sides fall silent. Examine the body. I'm searching this place. You step over the body. The giant is quite dead. His eyes stare open, and his mouth is wide. Mid-roar, showing his teeth. Ooh, well, I'll take those teeth then! You step over the body. The giant is quite dead. His eyes stare open. His mouth is wide. I'm taking his teeth. Da-da-da-da. With your sword, you pry loose a couple of the giant's teeth. Yay! I made bank! It's bloody work. God damn, because he's still very much bloody. But you will be able to take them with you. Search the body. You quickly search the giant's body. Oh, I got gold! And find a pouch at his waist containing 8 pieces of gold. It's hard to imagine the giant spending them. Perhaps he was not as dumb as he appeared, or perhaps he liked them because they were shiny and nothing more. You like them too, so you take them. And let's take a look at his home. You explore into the depths of the giant's cave to see what you can find. At the back of the room, you find a large loaf of bread It's too big to carry, but you could eat a little. Oh yeah, large loaf of bread. Just gonna hollow the bread and just snap in there for a while. Nom, 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 nom. Like a goddamn mouse that I am. I'm a rat that collects teeth and just sleeps in loaves of bread. I love it. You tear away the crust with your sword and then eat a few handfuls from inside. I mean, yeah, I can't take it, but it's fairly nourishing, if not pleasant. Oh, good. At least he knew how to bake bread well. You can cut up a couple pieces for rations. I mean, I'll take what I can, but goddamn, just take a couple bits more. Sure, you can't take all of it. You can take some of it, though. Time to move on. You hurry out of the shadow of the pass. Well, that was eventful. Down we go. You crest the rise and continue down the slope on the other side. You pass out through... Oh, I thought I passed out. You pass out through another gigantic gate and into a barren mountainside. Through some gates. The path trips and slides down the steep scree slope. And then emerges into a sudden plain, as if the forest had been scooped away by a gigantic hand. A river trickles thinly between short grasses, and its banks stand a tiny village. Of course we're going to the village. We've got gold to spend. Well, maybe gold to spend. Oh, there's a couple places. Ooh, there's going to be a couple places. Alright, today has been mercifully short and uneventful. Really? Fighting a giant was uneventful. You have made excellent progress. With a decent meal and a night's sleep, your next day will start auspiciously, so you begin a gentle climb down into the village. You follow the path down into the village, passing a sign which declares it to be Dumfus. Sure. Okay, Dumpus. The streets are thin and narrow, and the buildings have been set close together, as if trying to withstand a storm. There is a terrible smell hanging in the air. All in all, seems unpleasant. Alright, so... talk to the villagers. Well, you know what? Let's talk to someone. Maybe they can direct me to a shop. You pass along the main path through the village and pause outside a hut in which several of the hut dwellers are sitting and eating. They seem deep in discussion about something. Several are shaking their fists in the air. Lifting back the canvas flap, you step inside. The hill dwellers stop talking immediately and look up. One gets on his feet and gestures you forward. Bow my head. I'm going to be polite. You nod your head once to the man, who returns the gesture. Then, one of the other calls something in their native tongue and points to your side to where your sword hangs out below the hem of your cloak. In broken common tongue, the first man croaks, "No weapons." He indicates a table by the door. All right. Look over the table. I'm going to look over. There are plenty of other weapons there, so the men appear honest enough. All right. There you go. You know what? Peace tide. Fine with me. You unfasten your sword belt and leave your weapon on the table. The hill dwellers nod and show their appreciation and then beckon you to sit with them. Then they continue their conversation, just as animated as before, speaking in their local tongue that you cannot follow. But as they talk, they pour you a drink and provide you with food. They seem quite welcome. Ask what they are discussing. After you finish eating, you catch the eye of one of the older men and ask slowly, in the common tongue, what is it you men are discussing so heatedly? The man nods. Kansas, he says, arming the goblins. Arming the goblins. Tell them you've been there. I have been to whatever. The men nod, but do not seem surprised. Slowly, you piece together the story. Ooh. The group seems quite sure that a horde of goblins are planning to attack on Cristanti. Is that Cristanti? Tatani, whatever, Kansas, or what is it, Kentucky? I think I called this one, whatever, one of the K words, which is apparently one of the wealthier spots in the hills. They're discussing whether or not it would be worth helping the village defend itself, which might mean they are offered some kind of reward. Wait a while and decide later. They frown. What good does waiting do? Better to understand your enemy than rush in. You answer. Once you understand how the goblins are fighting, you'll be better placed to defeat them. The men nod, swaying by your ruthless logic. And you? How do you fight? One man asks. Wait, how do you fight? One man asks. I serve. I will help those that need it. The men nod. Let the goblin attack tonight. Then they cheer. We will use your strength. The evening draws to a close. The men thank you for their counsel and leave one by one. All right. Well, let's explore the town. Knowing, though, that we have another town up in the corner there, we can probably... let me think here. Yeah, we can probably spend more cash over there. Ooh, halfway along the tracks, I just saw a sword. Halfway along the tracks, you come across a couple of merchant huts. You browse for items worth buying with your 13 pieces. Your attention is taken by a finely woven skull cap, a finely crafted sword, and a small bag of provisions. How much are the provisions here? There is about enough to last 3 days, 6 gold pieces, so that's 2, 4, 6. Yeah, that's... You know what? I'm okay with provisions. I'm good. Thank you, though. What's this sword here? Carefully, you lift the long sword from the table. You swing it through the air. It cuts with a finely carved edge. A fine piece of work. I'm sure you agree, the merchant says. 6 gold pieces. Ooh, do I splurge? Yeah, you know what? I will splurge. Strap the long sword around your waist. So now I have 2 swords. And what's the skull cap? Skull cap, turn it over. Stolen from the priest of Dadali, whatever. The merchant declares with pride, a fine piece of work, 4 gold pieces. You can tell from the feel of the cloth it has no inherent magic, but it might be useful in spells. I don't remember what that spell was. Some sort of mind thing. And I think I'm good. That's enough. Thank you, though. You nod at the merchant. Is there anything else I can help you with? Is there work to be done here? Alright, is there somewhere I can go and sleep? He points out the side road leads to an inn. Thank you so much. Let me check my spell book here. Remember the picture. What would I have... here we are. Skull cap. Tell. Caster must wear a cloth skull cap. User may then read the mind of an intelligent creature nearby, learning its weakness, content in nearby rooms, and other such details. That would have been pretty good. Oh well. Well, I mean, for 4 gold, I think I'm good. Okay, so I'm just gonna rest. Following the merchant instructions, you quickly find an inn in the very center of Dumpus. It is a tumble-down building with a mat spread across the floor and a kitchen range that fills the air with an appealing, spicy smell. Ooh. The man who runs the inn is wiry, I don't know, and looks as if he does not eat a thing himself. 3 gold pieces for hill fox broth, he tells you, and 3 for a place to rest your head. I'm okay. I'm gonna leave. Shake your head. I'll go elsewhere. Yeah, because, I mean, I'm pretty good. I don't have enough gold to expend for 3. Actually, here's take a look here. Oh, yeah, then this is where the goblins would... I wonder if I went the other way. There's a lot of holes. Alright. Leave the village. With the sun setting at the horizon, you head out of Dumfus. Close by the village, you find a small patch of trees to offer some shelter. The ancient giant gate is just within view, looming over everything in sight. And from here, you can see another village atop a mountain to the west, but not for today. Continue walking, or you know what? We'll make camp in the woods here. This looks nice. It's a nice little place. You walk on until you pass a suitable spot in the woods to make your camp. A crack between two large upright stones with a dirt clearing behind it. You throw your possessions through and then squeeze in after them. There's enough space to stretch out fully. You should have a peaceful night here. Sleep. You settle down with your head in your pack to rest, because I ate already. I had some giant bread. You manage an hour's sleep and then wake. Something is pacing outside your hiding spot. I'm going to stay hidden. You stay low and hidden, listening to the padding paws. There is occasional sound of claws scraping on stone when an eye appears in a gap between tree roots. The eye is of a werewolf. It has found you. Wait and see what it does. You wait to see if the monster will attack, but it doesn't. It knows it has you cornered. It seems quite happy to wait. You will have to come out of your hole eventually. Keep waiting. You decide to wait it out. It is a werewolf, after all. Well, the full moon won't last forever, and for now, it seems like you are safe in your narrow enclosure, where the creature cannot get to you. The stalemate lasts for an hour or so, and then the creature gives up and pads away in the forest. Gratefully, you settle down to sleep once more. Werewolf! That wouldn't have been great. Back to sleep. You dream strange dreams as you sleep. It seems as though you wander through doors and hallways built 10, 20 times your height. You are an insect, and the hills over which you walk are the follicles of hair on the shaved chin of a giant. Well, that's an image and a half. Storms of hot, fetid breath seem to sweep across you, threatening to blow you down into hell. Overhead, you fancy you hear the flap of giant wings. The birdmen came for the crown. Perhaps before this journey is finished, they will come for you. Da 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 da. All right, look at us, nice and healthy, moving along. You wake eagerly, gathering your belongings, then set off once more along the trail. After another hour or so, the way branches, with one path heading up into the hills and the other turning downhill and along one side of a barren stony ridge. Is that a village you can make out on top of the hill? It seems a lonely place for it. Okay, so, that's interesting. Okay, well, I was going to say go up to this place. Don't know where it leads, but this place looks like it has stuff. Ooh, abandoned mines. Ooh, abandoned mines sound good, though. Actually, let me check something here. What are my weapons? Ooh, a longsword +2. Okay, that was worth it. That was absolutely worth it. I got 4 giant's teeth, so I can make 4 giants. I got keys. My goblin teeth are gone, but I've got some other good stuff. And then treasure. 7 gold pieces. Alright, that's not bad. You know what? We'll go to the village, see what's there. We might be able to go out. And that's the man hanging. That is a hanging man. Ugh. The gentle upward slope becomes a steep climb, and you are forced to rest several times. So far, you have been walking through the foothills. Now, the journey will become more serious. Then, When finally you reach the summit and can look out over the low plateau you have crested, you see the path runs through a small settlement of crudely fashioned huts. There are villagers out in the streets, talking and working. It seems a happily bustling place. Let's take a looking at what that looks like. You stay at your vantage point and watch a while longer to see if things change. After a while, you begin to notice something strange about the way the people in the village are moving. First, you notice one is limping, then another. Then you realize they're all shuffling as they move. Some use sticks. One is even crawling. Okay, well, sticks means intelligence, so I was just thinking undead. I'm going to watch a little bit more. You stay hidden and watch for longer. After a while, you realize that whatever is happening in the village, it is desperate. There is no laughter, no joy. There is no trade, no commerce. The women do not walk around, and the men do not watch them. It is like a prison camp. I'm gonna stay away. You have seen enough. This looks like a plague, a leper colony, and I don't want to go there. You have seen enough. Taking to the low scrub, you walk a quarter circle around the village to the far ridge. I'm going to look back Looking back, you can see the village a little closer. There are red crosses marked on some of the... Yeah, this is a leper colony. It is the sign of plague. You shudder, thank your spirits, and move on. See? Now you shouldn't have cut your finger back then. Path turns down a slope. Alright, we're out. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Nope, staying away from the plague. Oh. That image told a harrowing tale, and I was glad to not be my cheery self and say, "Hi, everybody! Oh god, I'm sick now." Alright. It's difficult to see the way ahead through the tree line, but you trust... but you trust to the course... and eventually the path bursts out into a narrow stone ledge high above the valley floor. The ledge leads left and right. There is no way forward. Alright, well, let's look left. Looking left, you can see that the narrow ledge is formed by splitting of the rocks that lead all the way down to the misty valley floor. If there is a path up to the other side, it's not clear from here. Looking to the right, you are taken aback and out of the mist that fills the valley. An impossibly wide bridge looms over the view as if it had only now fallen into place. It is made of planks and thick ropes, and it is surrounded from its peak to the other side. Oh, suspended, not surrounded. It surrounds the mountain. Yeah. Who could have built such a marvel? And how long ago? Ugh, look at the bridge. You take a moment more, staring at the bridge. It forms a delicate curve around the valley, swaying very slightly in the wandering wind. But the more you look, the more it seems too perfect. Could such a bridge possibly exist, or is it mere illusion to trick incautious travelers? I'm gonna move on. I don't need to rest. Getting to your feet once more, you take a moment to find your balance before moving on. One slip here, and you will fall a long way down. Which reminds me, let me go at least... There we go, F-A-L. This spell is useful if the caster is caught in a pit, trap, or falls from considerable height. So, F-A-L. Good choice! I think I want to go to these mines, because they're abandoned. Sure, there might be creatures, but there could be treasure that I desperately need. The bridge seems untrustworthy. Should anything happen while you were halfway across it, there would be no escape. Well, except for the fall spell. But the last, most final kind, better to walk. You make your way along the stone ledge. The angle is steep and is hard going not to stumble. Just don't run. At the valley floor is a dried-up river covered in worn stones, honed by water that is now long gone. Small caves opened in the rock faces nearby, with rusted machinery abandoned outside. There was mining here once, but it must have been a long time ago. A water track made for carts carrying ore leads up the far slope. Well, let's look around. You pause for a moment to recover your breath and look around. What's this machinery? You walk for a while between the ancient machines that lists out of the mud beside the riverbed. Gigantic hoppers, now bronze with rust, with huge spiked wheels in their sides and chutes leading between them, now thick with bindleweed, slugs, and mud. Ooh, slugs. Whatever these machines were for, they have not worked in decades, maybe even centuries. Look at the riverbed. You look down the riverbed. Nothing but a carpet of stone. I'll take some stone. Oh, I can use them in a spell. You choose 3 nice round pebbles and stash them into your backpack. Heavy to carry, but useful. Yep, we can do that. Oh, no. Spellbook, other items. Alright, we have 3 magical items. Yeah, 3 pebbles. Alright. So that was... I remember that one too. It's like an explosion-looking thing. Definitely the other side, then. So we've got Fallen Pop. Here we go. Requires a pebble. A potent spell, but one which calls for great mental concentration. The spell must be cast on small pebbles, which will then explode when thrown. These explosions produce great force as well as a loud bang. Okay, so that's really good. So let's go investigate the mines. You approach the mine entrance. A wet wind greets you from the depths. Very clammy, very uncomfortable. The mine shaft must lead somewhere, but it is pitch dark. There are no torches, and you do not have any light of your own. Oh, that's a shame. Well, we can look in. We'll take a look. Menial. Let's see. You stride further inside until the wet rock is above you and the air falls suddenly cold and still. Your breath echoes. Tight, dark places are often fearsome, and though the rock walls here are carved with axes, there is still something wild and harrowing about this place. Your feet crunch on the gravel floor. Maybe there is a light spell here. I know. Let's see here. Does that create lightning bolt from your fingertips? Projectile force fields. Non-intelligent creatures. Fireball, which can be aimed by an enemy. Invisible wall. Big Dop. Raz. Raz. Jig. Gob. Yob. We know that one. How. Spell to be used in perilous situations. When information about the safest way to escape is desired, caster will receive a psychic inclination towards one route, or a means to defense is one. Okay, no. To do fall in cast any attacking creature, muddle its mind, fog, mud, sap. Everything else can't really do. No. No, I got no spells to go in. Go maybe a little further in. You go a little further into the dark, feeling your way along the left. Then you hear something, a deep resounding growl. The wall shakes. There is the scrape of claws on stone and another noise, like fluttering, beating sails, as though a sharp fought against a gale. Something is rushing towards you. You turn to run, but you cannot move your legs quickly enough. Sharp talons gnash into your back, and you fall. Oh, I was killed by the darkness? Shit. No decision is permanent. Click the rewind button, because I put my finger in the book. Yeah. Rewind. Do you wish to rewind the story? Yes, please. Make sure I don't die. Turn back, please. Yeah, no, I had no light. I was stupid for me. Okay, so that's 1 on the death counter. Not great. It is too much. You turn and hurry back to the sunlight and out of the valley. It was probably a giant bat, mind you, but... Your breath is short and your heart is hammering as you pause. Halfway up the valley slope, a small wooden hut is opposite, set a little way back from the path. Oh, okay. Approach a hut. Ooh, goblins. Thinking you might be able to stop for directions, you head towards the hut, but halfway across the scrub towards it, you see a figure emerging from the door. A troll. Oh, and it was probably his bridge. Drop out of sight. You crouch down quickly and watch anxiously to see what the troll will do. The creature stands outside the hut for a few minutes, looking this way and that, his colossal head turning with the speed and dexterity of a mill wheel. When he stomps away around the curve of the hill, you probably have a few minutes before he reappears. Ooh, but I could go inside. Yeah, let's not steal. We're not a thief. With the troll out of the way, with the troll out of sight, you hurry away along the path, not pausing again until your hut is far out of sight. Probably if the reason why that bridge was so nice is because he was maintaining it. He probably did a very nice job of doing so. It's his bridge after all. Another hour passes. Another hour passes as you finish up the climb. With the sun starting to hang heavy in the sky, you reach the top and meet with the other end of the rope bridge. Look back at the bridge. It may look stable, but it is undoubtedly a death trap set to part travelers from their gold and from their lives. You continue down the slope as everything draws in. Yay! Ooh, a town! Another town. Some way down the hill, you stop for rest and sit on a boulder to survey what lies ahead. The path leads downward, and at its foot, cradled between 3 peaks, is a village, and quite a large one at that. Behind you, the sun is falling rapidly into the hills. It will be night soon. Yep, approach the village. The village looks like a good place to stop. You hop down from the boulder and take your way forward. Then, an overarching branch touches your face and you hear lively chirping. What? You hop down from the boulder and make your way forward. When an overhanging branch touches your face, alright, turn around. You quickly turn around. Hovering by your shoulders is a small creature the size of a bird. Ah, cute! It is childlike but very thin, with green skin, and it flits around you on transparent wings. It seems friendly enough. It even lands on your shoulder, its tiny clawed toe piercing slightly. Ow. Hi. Greetings, little imp. Greetings, little creature. And hello to you, the creature replies, chirping. My name's John. Oh. What are you? You're an imp, right? The creature does a backflip and gives a low bow. I'm a Minimite. Alright, imp. Pleased to meet you. It reaches out a tiny hand to shake your earlobe. What can you tell me? Can you tell me anything about this village? You point the valley. Is it safe? That's Britain. I don't know. And it's very safe. It's the largest village in the world. The world. In the whole of the Shamatlon Hills. Every traveler who comes this way spends at least one night there, so it's a little bit expensive, especially for Minimites, but pleasant enough. The creature starts hopping up and down. Come on, it grumbles. Let's go. Let's get going, can't we? All right, let's go together. Sure. Well, let's get going then. The creature shakes you by the ear in excitement, and you set off along the path once more. You descend into the bowl of the valley. The hills on either side are toweringly tall and throw the village into deep shadow. It would seem a very gloomy, threatening place, but from the streets come the distant sounds of laughter and merriment. Ooh, laughter and merriment. All right. You continue along the... I just saw what's down here. You continue along the path. The sounds of festivities grow louder. It's almost spooky. Here in the shade of the valley, and after so long on the dire road, the people in this village seem to enjoy themselves. See? The Minimite on your shoulder remarks. I told you it was a happy place. What's going on? What's going on here? Are they bewitched? No. Oh, okay. John shakes his head. No. If there was magic, believe me, I'd know. This is the Festival of Young. Ooh. What's that? Wait, rescue? What's that? Well, take a look. Jean waves a little hand around the village. The idea is that once a year, the children are allowed the freedom of the village. It is a time of great fun and lots of pranks. It becomes quickly obvious what he means. You pass the first few buildings where you find a number of children sitting in the streets and drinking ale from deep mugs. Oh God, it's the reverse purge. Further on, a young boy is holding an old woman over his knee and is spanking her. On the other side of the street, a group of boys is fighting outside a hut with a sign that reads, Glandor's Tavern. It's complete mayhem. I'm not getting part of this. You consider helping the woman, but there's nothing you can do. It's their festival. Not my culture. Let's avoid the inn for the moment. Let's just go deeper in the town. Don't think it would be a great... You pass beyond the tavern and turn a corner to find a group of girls standing by a signpost pointing to the crystal... Oh God, please tell me they're of age. Because this might not go well. Really? That's where your brain goes? Prostitution at the first sight of... Oh God. Pointing to the crystal waterfall. They are tripping up their elders as they pass and giggling. Ask? Sure, let me ask. You stop by the group and ask them about the waterfall, but they are too distracted by Jean, whom they delight in poking, tickling, and generally cooing over. Oh, lucky you, ladies' man. Or ladies' imp. After a few minutes of asking them about the waterfall, they give up and walk away. One of the girls calls, "Come back!" Another shouts, "The water is good for you." Jean sighs, already missing the attention, but comes back to rest of your shoulder. You leave the girls to their snickering. Okay. Oh, okay. The water's good for me. Let's take a look. You go back past the girls and head up a path that climbs through a crack in the mountainside. Soon, the air is filled by a thundering. It's quite a climb, but eventually you turn a corner through the narrow cleft in the rock and catch your first glimpse of the tall, natural waterfall. Ooh, pretty. Plunging down from the cliffs overhead. Large crystal stalactites. Ooh, crystal stalactites, huh? Hang down either side of the water. It is stunning. There is only one path to reach it, winding up the rock face, and it passes a small hut where a ruffian is collecting money. Alright. Say hi. You make your way over the hut. Greetings, you begin. You collect a fee for the waters. I do. Oh, should have done that. Sneezes the ruffian. These waters cannot be so healing that he's not caught an awful flu from them. 3 gold pieces. Yeah, sure, fuck it. Here's 3. Hopefully I have enough for the inn. Gonna need some cash after this, too. Ooh. You head up to the waterfall, which cascades forcefully into a deep pool. You strip off your clothes and dive into the pool, while Jean flitters through the froth. The cool water is fresh and invigorating, and you feel yourself getting rapidly better. You feel a huge swell of confidence. Coming here was the best decision you have ever made. I think that probably jumped like a couple stamina. Wait, this water cures diseases? But wait, the water cures diseases. Something about that seems terribly important. Where does it come from? Where can it come from, this water? How is such a thing possible? Looking up the sheer cliff face, you can make out nothing beyond a slight shadow, hovering at the very edge of the precipice, like a gigantic spider, waiting to jump. Whatever it is, it must be a place of great power, a place to be sought out, or a place to be avoided as one might avoid the plague. Now you can move on, refreshed and ready for the night. Yeah, up here. You'd think the people of this place would want to go down here. You'd think. Well, you know what? We can sleep by the waterfall. Save some cash. Alright, the idea of going back into the village now is unappealing. You are refreshed and calm, and the scenery here is beautiful and peaceful. Getting out of the pool, you dry off, collect your things, and head off into the trees and find a spot to rest. Between curling roots, you find a small place to settle down to rest. Jean perches a little way above on a knot and is quickly asleep. You are tired enough to follow suit, but you are hungry for not having eaten. Alright. We'll eat something. Nom 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 nom. Well, that's a face. You pull out some of your provisions and eat quickly. The night's darkness draws in around you. In the distance, you hear screams and whoops from the village that only slowly fade. You feel lonely, distanced from such revelry. You rest your head onto the backpack and close your eyes. Perhaps a few hours pass when you wake suddenly, aware of a shadow moving between the tree trunks. It turns as it sniffs the air. A wolfhound. Oh, lovely. Smells. Hide. Ooh, yeah, hide. Hiding is good. Hiding is very good. You stay low, but the hound must have picked up your scent. It paces towards where you lie, but although it does know where you are, it may not know what you are. And if you spring out and attack, the surprise of it might give you the advantage. I'm gonna wait a moment longer. Being careful. Well, shit. You hold your nerve, waiting for the beast to creep close enough for you to drive your sword into its belly from underneath, but you are entirely out of luck. It has your scent, wheels to face you, and breaks into a run. You are in a fight almost before you are off on your feet. You draw your sword, the long metal flashing. In the moonlight, the beast roars and howls. Alright, well, I have a pretty decent sword now. I'm gonna go 4.2. Oh, shit. Ow. That hurt. The wolfhound creeps towards you, jaws dripping and fur shining wet. Ew. Did he just come out of the water? Aw, it smells like wet dog now. Well, I smell like wet dog now. God damn it. You arc your sword for its neck. It bounds forward. You scurry back and as fast as you can, but you cannot move quickly enough to take a piece from your arm. Alright, well, we're going to go do that again. 4.3! He was up to defend. I did not want to. You bring your sword about for a manic blow, but he defends. Another 3.8! God damn it, this thing... Alright, you know what? We're going to defend. Ow, I could have way overpowered him. Alright, you know what? 5. Have a 5! Damn it. This isn't going well. Here, have a 4.4. Yeah, it's still defending itself. God damn it. Alright, you know what? I'm going to defend myself. Ooh, good choice. You know what? Let's go with a solid 3. Alright, it's still defending. 3.2? Yeah. Yeah. Alright. Just everything up here. 5.6. Now, oh, by 0.1 of a point. Damn, yeah, that was my own blunder, though. The blow lands deep, and the wolfhound weakly opens its jaw to bite and plunge your blade between its teeth. It fucking dies. Yeah, I'll take that L. The beast defeated, you pause to regain your breath, and I sleep more. Well, at least I gained more stuff. Then, once satisfied, you lay down again and try to sleep. Jean flutters down and resettles on your shoulder. Your dreams are filled with walking, peaks and valleys and endless paths. A curious light plays across them. Building walls to heights before ruining them as it moves away. The rest of the night passes silently. Lovely. Beyond the place. Unfortunately, we, don't buy anything. Well, I guess Jean is, part of my group now. That's nice. You rise early from your spot beneath the tree. As you gather your things, Jean leaps up and into your shoulder. Ready to go? He chirps. You pass through the village, which is now as quiet as the grave, and rejoin... Yeah, all the kids are hungover and they've learned a lesson. You pass through the village, which is now quiet as the grave, and rejoin the path on the far side of Great Britain. The sun sits on the horizon like a gleaming jewel. If all goes well, you will reach Torpani today, the last village in the Shyamalan Hills. After a short climb, the path breaks, heading uphill to the left and down to the right. Hey, John, got any advice? To the right is a forest. To the left going is easier. The path heads through a field of black flowers. Oh, we ain't doing that. What else do you know? Nothing, protests the creature. Ah, that's a fine way to talk to your guide. I'm not charging you for advice, You'll get no more from the creature alright, so close you hardly matters. No. Black lilies, we don't go to the we don't go to the black flowers. Not at all. Plus there's the hut here and we might find something cool. We go right. Then be on your guard, John warns you. You climb a rise. The way is not too steep, and as noon approaches, you have crested the ridge and are descending yet again. You are now at the highest point of the hill, where the trees are thin, the view west goes on forever, and sometimes you catch glimpses of where we're going in the northern horizons. Ooh, do I want to eat now? Well, you know what? We're okay. We're kind of okay right now. You decide not to stop to eat, but push on. Jean is in a talkative mood and fills the air around with his chatter about what he can see and how things smell and what he plans to do once he makes his fortune in Carré. You pass from the open hillside to a patch of deep forest. Quite suddenly, Jean falls quiet and hisses in your ear. Stop! Stop now! Be quiet. Why? Because, insists the creature in a tiny voice, because something is following us. You come to a dead stop. Jean is right. Something is moving through the trees behind you. A moment later, a point of steel has emerged from the darkness between two trees and touches your neck. You've seen me, whispers a voice. I know it. Answer. Just answer. I see nothing. You're quite safe. It is not I who is not safe. Alright, ask who's there. Oh, lovely. Who's there? There's no reply, but the tall, dark figure of an assassin emerges from the trees. He is dressed head to toe in black, and you had not seen him a moment before, even though he has been standing there mere arm's length away. He wields a sharp scimitar in expert hands. Well, shit. Have fun with this. Oh shit, there's no Yogg. Shit. Alright, there's K's, there's W's, okay. We're gonna want to hold. Let's reference the spells. Ooh, there's Zed. Zed could work. No, don't use Zed. Let's see what's useful. Sap, which is only useful in combat. It is to demoralize an opponent so that his will to win is lost. Any creature so demoralized will be easier to defeat, though victory is still not certain. Alright, Sap could work. The spell may only be cast in a closed room with no windows. Never mind with that. Good defensive spell. This can be cast at any attacking creature to muddle its mind. However, it must be handled with caution, as a deranged creature may attack unpredictably. Pop. Oh, pop. Oh, I don't know if I have a P. Do I have a P that I can use? Don't. No. We don't. Oh, but I can move around a little bit. Oh, there it is. Oh, that's the last letter. Alright, nope. Nope. Alright, so pop ain't gonna work. Mag. The spell protects its caster from most magic. It must be cast quickly. Dud. Does. The spell may be cast upon a creature, reducing the movement and reaction to about a sixth of its natural speed. Thus, the creature appears to move in a dream sequence, making it much easier to evade and defeat. Dawes could work here. Yob can't use. 6. Ooh, 6 could work. This spell cast in creature body. Each will perform identical actions, and most creatures will be unable to tell which is the which. So we want either 6 or Dawes. Cast a spell. Alright, neither of those will work. I can do Zap. Zap might give me an edge here. Oh god. Alright, so we have W's, Z's, K's. Damn. W's, Z's, and K's. Big. Ooh! Requires a gold piece. Walk could be okay. Such as a weapon. The spell will make a creature clumsy and control. Do a drop, fumble, pick up, and drop it again. Ooh, if I can use dumb, that would be nice. but if anything else... Alright, so we're going to use either dumb or walk. And then, otherwise, we're kind of fucked. Cast a spell. I don't think there was a D, though. No, I don't think there was a D. W-O-K. Shield! You spend a gold. You cast the spell and it drains energy from you, but nothing happens. Oh, shit. He's doing stuff. Alright, fight him. He's anti-magic. He's anti-magic. Alright, let's defend. Okay, we're both being careful. The assassin nods at you, raises his curved sword in salute, and then takes his position. You drop into defensive crouch immediately. The assassin is prepared. The most fearsome opponent you have so far encountered. He covers himself as well. Defend again. Oh, he's being careful. He is being careful. You hold firm and keep up your defense. His light blow sails over your head, moving with the deadly speed of an attacking serpent. You are mostly unharmed. Alright, defend again, because... he's being... Circle around him, playing footsies now. Let's go with a 4.2. Sideswipe! Am I not using my +2 sword here? Time to attack. You swing your sword fast towards his chest, but the blow you land is only minor because the assassin has adjusted his stance swiftly. You knock the assassin staggering into a tree. He seems more surprised than hurt. My duty is to sever your head from your neck, he declares, in a voice as cold and polished as marble. You will not hold me from it. Defend. Drop yourself to a crouch. Alright, go back up. 4.8. Cut. Oh, he uses his defense. Acting quickly. You will die here, the assassin tells. We're gonna go with another 4.5. Here we go. Overpowered, bitch. And now I'm going to... You know what? Let's go with another 4.3. Whoop. Fing, fing. Fing, fing. I can guarantee you a simple death. Well, no. Okay, how far can we go? 3.8? Alright, you know what? I'm going to defend. Take the 1. Get some health. Go up real fast here. Cut. Sing. Ooh, that hurt, though. 3 stamina lost. Not bad. Leaping into action, you bring about your sword fast, aiming for his heart. He is off balance and moving slowly, and the blade goes deep. He turns and tumbles, releasing his sword as he topples. I am not so proud as to not admit when I am beaten, he groans. You may finish me if you so choose, but if you do me an honor and use my own blade. Alright, the assassin is not dead, but lies on the floor gasping. Alright, finish him and search his body. With a single blow, you finish the assassin. He dies with his lips pursed in a silent prayer, not cursing you, but commanding his own soul to a better place. And you know what? If I did, I would have used his blade. Now I take your stuff. You rifle his body for a measly 3 gold pieces, then continue... Well, he was not paid high enough to kill me. Of course, I'm not really anybody, so 3 gold pieces, Then continue on the path out of the woods into the dusty hillside. Jean, for a brief while, says nothing. Perhaps he is shocked, but the blissful silence doesn't last long. I'm out of the trees. How much longer do you think we'll be traveling today? The Minimite on your shoulder asks. I'm hungry and tired. We've gone such a long way. Not much further. Not much further. The Minimite sighs and slumps on your shoulder. I mean, you're not really walking, are you? You continue along the path and around the side of a hill. A wooden hut is set in the slope with an old woman sitting on a front step. A river seems to emerge from beneath her. As you get closer, you realize the water flows underneath her house, and the house itself is set on splayed stirs like an insect straddling the water course. A few paces from the front of the house, the water plunges over the edge in a sheer cliff and disappears. I mean, that's the waterfall. I'm gonna say hi, at least. Greetings, ma'am. Greetings, you call. The woman looks up at you and smiles. Come over here, won't you? She calls. I can barely see you. Yeah, sure. Okay. I mean, kind of why I wanted to come this direction anyway. You approach the old woman. She smiles a toothless smile and gets up from her step. Come in, please, she beckons. I get so lonely living out here on my own away from the village. Sure. Oh, please don't bake me into a pie. Thank you. You follow her inside and take a seat by a long wooden table. I'll bring you some tea, she says. She sounds almost nervous. Hurrying to her kitchen, she returns with 2 large cups. Watch it, Jean whispers in your ear. I don't trust this one. I'm going to make conversation first before I drink the tea. The tea is still hot. You cup it between your hands as you speak. This is a beautiful place. This is a beautiful place, you remark, watching the river outside the door plunge away over a cliff face. It's the top of the crystal waterfall, she says. The river runs right under my house. They say it carries all my goodness and youth away while I sleep, and the villagers bathe in it for luck, she giggles meaningly. I'm sure it isn't quite true. What's your name? They call me Yazamoon, she replies with a smile. I used to be quite well known in my way. You nod, but you never heard of her. Why do you live alone here? Ooh, I can switch cups. Ooh, why do you live alone? Oh, she smiles. No one bothers about me. Why would they? You can't help but notice she has not answered the question. You make to sip your tea when the old woman stops you, catching your arm before the cup reaches your lips. Oh, she says, I've forgotten the pot. She goes back to the kitchen. I'm going to switch the fucking cups. Whoop, whoop. While she is oh fuck, did she spike both of them? While she is away from the table, you switch the 2 cups around. Then, when she returns, you lift one close to you and drink. Suddenly, deep pain grips. I was trying to be fucking clever. You wince and cough as you find yourself seizing up. Oh, suspicious stranger, laughs a woman. I can count on travelers suspecting my witchcraft. Really? She is a fucking clever one. Please release me. You try to shout out, but you are paralyzed and quite powerless. The old woman begins to search through your bag. Jean flits around in some distress, unsure what to do. Then, with a coo of delight, she pulls out the spellbook page you were given by the old man in the tree. My book, she cries. The missing page. Well, lucky fucking me. Why didn't you tell me you had my missing spell? I can't exactly talk right now. As I'm tense on the floor, seizing, she scurries off to the kitchen and returns with a cup of liquid, which she pours into your half-open mouth. While clucking and stroking your head. Is it an antidote? You feel your body slowly unfreeze. Oh, God. Finally, she slaps you to bring you around. You mean the old man? Ow. Who was the old man? A rogue and a bandit. A rogue and a bandit, she replies, spitting. 4 days ago, I was visited by a traveler such as yourself, but when I was away making my tea, as I always do, he started leafing through my book and tore out a page. He must have been a wizard of power, because he vanished almost too fast for me to curse him. What curse did you cast? What curse Well, you saw him, she replies. I aged him. Didn't stop him escaping, though. She fusses with the page, repairing her book, with some gentle magic. Shall I show you how useful the spell is? Sure. My pleasure. Jean begins to squeal and screech and make some awful noises about what wonderful friends you are, but it doesn't stop the old lady from casting her spell. The Minimite vanishes. You feel a flow of magic through your body. You hadn't realized it was gone. But with the Minimite around, your spells have been weakened, and now you are strong. Oh, shit! Is that why my spell didn't work? Where is he? Is he dead? The old woman shakes her head. Oh, no. But with any luck, you won't see him again. You nod at that and leave her hut. Huh. Interesting. You know what? That's pretty cool. At least I can cast spells now. Outside this next village, which I'm probably going to need to spend cash in, get some rations. It is now late afternoon. You pass over the brow of the next hill, and I'm glad that lady was nice afterwards. I was trying to be clever, but no, she was cleverer. Smart. Damn. Hill, and below is a village of Turpentine. Or Turpani, whatever. Slung from one side of the valley to the next like a flood barrier. We'll take a look. Observing is always good. Torpani is a village of this Svin, an aggressive-looking race of man-orcs. You might expect the village to be rowdy, but it seems strangely quiet. Still, there's no way around it. You will have to go through. I just realized, if I click weapons... No, okay. I thought because it was +2, it would, do more damage. That's why I was very confused with the fight previously. Alright, into the village. You enter the village, where there is a definite air of depression hanging over the place. The Svins are going about their business slowly and miserably, and pay you no heed. You sit yourself down on a tree stump in the very center of the village to consider your options. Find an inn and rest, or make contact. You know what? Let's find some place to rest. We need it. There are 3 inns in the village, but 2 are closed down. Their windows boarded, and their thatched roofs are rotting through. The third looks a little better, but at least its door is open, and the smell of well-cooked food drifts out. From the sign by the doorway, the food costs 3 gold pieces, and bed for the night costs 5. Ho. That's expensive. Well, you know what? Food. We'll go food. You push open the door and step into the dim interior. A rat scurries, oh great, over your foot and disappears. I think that's my dinner. Like a goddamn lobster tank. You go into a place and all the rats scurry. You point, that one. It's like, okay. Grabs a net and takes it. Rat scurries. An elderly Svin lady, bent double, stands by a corner, tapping a long curved fingernail on the bar top. What do you want? She snaps. I'll take a meal. You count out 3 pieces, but don't hand them over yet. What are you cooking? Rat broth. And if that's not good enough for you, you can give up your hopes for better. She jerks a fingernail towards the dark back room. Go through and I'll bring it to you. All right. Ratty. You nod and go through. You go through the back room and gratefully put up your weary feet. The meal, when it comes, is nourishing enough, and you needed it. Once done, you turn to leave. You are a traveler, then. The crone calls before you can leave. Is that it? Yeah. Don't get many travelers, the woman replies. Must be tired. Sleep upstairs, if you want. For free? No, I'm good. Thank you, though. I was planning on just, sleeping out back. You ignore her and head out into the streets. Look, I've had my fair share of... No offense, lady, but I've had my share of crones that don't, have my best interest at heart. So, I'm good. You walk out past the border of Turpentine and settle down under the trees. It is a quiet spot, and you are tired. Time for some rest, and hopefully we actually get to rest. Let's see. You put your head down and try and sleep. Perhaps you manage a minute, or perhaps an hour, but suddenly you wake, certain that something is moving in the brushes nearby. Pretend to be asleep. Alright. You stay still, listening carefully, waiting for your moment, but there isn't a moment. Out of the bushes on either side, 5 figures leap forward, each grabbing a different part of your body. Oh god. Your ankles are held, your arms too. We got her! Cries a Sven voice. Then they are hauling your body out of the thicket and along the path back to the village. Where are you taking me? Where are you fucking taking me? The Sven carrying you give no reply. Then you reach the low hut in the edge of village. You are set down carefully. Okay. Oh, we're captured. Oh no. The door is slammed and locked. A moment later, it reopens and your possessions are thrown in. Wait to see what happens. You pull your knees up to your chest and wait. The long watches of the night pass slowly, and in the end, nothing happens and no one comes. I probably should have slept. Daybreak. Oh, this is bad. Daybreak. You are still alone. An hour passes before you hear any noise outside, and then the door to the hut opens and 5 Sven come in. They drag you roughly out and across the street to another hut. There, an old man with gray hair sits. He's wearing outlandish, colorful robes. My name. Proceus, chief. He slaps his chest twice. I apologize. Then he bows, brushing the dust off the floor with his sleeves. All right. What do you want? He holds up a hand. First, he waves to a meanly who brings bread and milk. All right, I'll eat it. Oh, I'll eat it. Grateful, you bolt down the meal. It does not seem to be poisoned. Didn't think it would be, but... and nourishes you. The bowl is removed and the chief squats down in a pool of cloth. I have need of you and your strength. Okay. You could have just asked. The chief nods. I shall. My daughter, my child, she is taken. Offered to a terrible demon. Below. You want me to rescue her? The chief nods. Succeed and you may choose your reward. Fail and... He shrugs. Okay, sure. I hoped you will. He gestures to the other Sven, who's still taking no chances. Grab you by the arm and haul you to your feet. Alright, yeah, okay. Manhandling a bit much. Crack in the ground? Oh, jeez. I was almost there, man. I was almost there. You are led along a short pathway through the forest to a crack in the ground. One Sven has brought a rope and another a basket. They are prepared to lower you down into the pit of the earth itself. Alright. You will pay me riches for this. You know what? No. You know what? I'm on this adventure. I'd help people. I'm going to take the adventure. All right, send me down. Anyone have a lantern? No? Okay, well, okay. It's very dark down here. What do you... Guys? You wait until they are ready, then step into the basket. The chief nods to you with respect. Watch the darkness, he declares, as they start to lower you down. You hit the floor with a thud. Ow. Could have been gentler. And peer into the darkness. Your eyes can make out nothing, but a slight breeze suggests endless space in all directions. You are blind, helpless, trapped. Something clatters to your feet from above. One of the Svins shouts something down to you. Feel around the ground. Yeah, it's probably a torch. Tinderbox. Ooh, tinderbox. You crouch down and feel around your feet until your hands close on the base of something. You pick it up. It's a dirty wooden torch. Something else falls. A tinderbox. Feel around for the tinderbox. Rubbing the bruise on your head, you reach down and find the tinderbox. Light the torch. You strike a light and the torch blazes into flame. Yay, we're fighting demons, and I'm very much not in a healthy state. You can see now you are in a large cavern, wide and deep. At the far end, passageways disappear to the left and right. Through the uneven rock fall at the far end of the cavern, you hear a murmur. I'm going to listen. Listen. You clamber over the rocks at the edge of the cavern to investigate the sound. It is a whimpering coming from the other side of the pile of stones. The Sven girl, perhaps? She came in this way, but then the cave-in blocked her path. You will have to find another way to reach her. Okay, large cavern, the far end passageway. Okay, well, I can't do a spell saying, like, I would absolutely summon a giant here to help me clear out the rubble, but, okay, let's go left. You go left and creep slowly into the darkness, ears straining for the sound of approaching threat. The passage rises up a gentle incline. At the top, a thick crystal seam glitters in the torchlight, and the tunnel ends in a T-junction. I'm going to look at the crystals here. The seam seems to be made of pure diamond. It was no doubt in quest of this that these tunnels were carved. But why is no one mining here? Well, probably because it's cursed. I'm going to try and... You try to pry some diamonds loose from the incredible stream in the rock, but your sword is not up to it. Up to the task, and you would only make it blunt. You could perhaps return with a proper pick, but only if you can escape the tunnels first. Noted. Alright, well, alright, let's go right then. We'll go left and right and try and, find our way through this maze. Here, the cave system widens. Pendulous stalactites, I actually said that word correctly, pendulous, hang from the ceiling, as if about to fall and skewer you into place. You skirt between them, following a thin, safe path until the side passage opens on the left. Here, we'll go left. Take the left passage. After a few minutes, walk up a shadowy incline. You begin to hear something in the distance. Low rumbling. Let's turn and run, turn and run, turn and run. Turn and run, but not fast enough. The rumbling gets louder and louder till you look over your shoulder and see an enormous boulder running speedily down the tunnel towards you. Fucking Indiana Jones this shit. Magic. Ready a spell. Please be something I can use in this. There's G's, there's W's, there's F's. Oh, shit. Alright. Let's go to the book. I thought if I used, like, big or something, or the Yogg, but no. Ooh, wall could work. Create spell invincible wall in front of the caster. It's well impervious to all missiles, creatures, or other material objects, hence is a very powerful wall. Well, wall is actually quite expensive. So let's see if we can't do something else here. Yob, can't do that. Can't do how. Das, dud. Pop, I was trying to think pop would work, but no. Mud. Sap wouldn't work. It was pep. Oh, that did. Ooh. Fire water. Huff. Nope, I guess wall is kind of my only option here. Or else I'm gonna get flattened. W A L Wall. You cast your spell just in time, and the great boulder hits your impenetrable wall. Oh, invisible wall with considerable force, causing the whole cave to shake and shudder. Then the boulder holds in place like a pawing horse. But your spell will not last long, so you better move on. Turn right. You take the right-handed tunnel. The ground begins to slope upward, and the wall begins to glitter as you enter a stream of crystal. Have you been this way before? Here's a passage appears on the left. I'm going to go straight on. You walk down the passage for several minutes, then slip on some dirt, and the ground beneath your feet gives way. You plunge into a hidden pit and land on something soft. Look around. Doubt it's a snakes! Snakes! Snakes, snakes, snakes. Why there have to be snakes again? Not yet counting your luck, you look around, and sure enough, you are out of the frying pan and into the reptile den. You are in a pit of snakes. Oh boy. Okay, use magic. This one I can possibly, do some fucking shit with. Zap P. Oh, P. O. P. Pop, bitches! You pull one of the pebbles from your sack, cast an enchantment across it, and toss it to the nearest pool of snakes, killing several and frightening the others, which cower back into the other side of the pit. You have bought yourself a few minutes, but you are stuck at the bottom of a pit. Try something else. The effect of your magic is beginning to wear off. The creatures are moving towards you. I'm going to try and climb. You have a few moments remaining, so you begin your climb. It's tough going, and you get halfway up when the creatures begin to approach, ready to attack. The walls are tough and unforgiving on your hands, but you make it to the top of the pit. You are soon back at the crystal stream. There are crack splits, the wall on the right. Alright, well, keep going. Creep forward through the dark. The way is soon blocked by a large boulder. You turn back. You are soon back in the crystal stream. Alright, well, go left then. Through the opening in the wall, then you see a spot of sunlight up ahead and rush for it to find yourself back beneath the crack in the goddamn ceiling. Fuck. Alright, straight then. You move onward along the tunnel. Further into the darkness, the passage slopes down the short of way and the splits two stones. Examine the stones, except they happen to be on top of one another. Nothing special. Alright, go left. Again, you reach the boulder. Right. Can we go right? Move around the opening in the right wall. Soon you are back in the spot of sun. Okay, fine. Straight. Turn left then. You'll suddenly meet thin air. In front of you is a deep pit from which rises hissing snakes. You have returned to the mouth. Oh, goddamn. Straight on. Back up the tunnel. You are back to the crystal stream. Alright, well then, left. Back in the opening. God damn it! Alright, straight on. And then instead we go right. Tunnel twists and bends sharply. I'm lost in this goddamn place. By a river now long since dried away, at least it's new, you lose all sense of which way is which except to keep going forward, where the wind seems winding stream reaches a split. Alright, left then. Cave floor here is an inch deep in water, dripping from an arched ceiling far above. The droplets that land on you are ice cold and run like sharpened claws down your back. Oh, that is cold. A few strides further, cave flickering torchlight. A single stone sits by the wall. I'm gonna go left. You take the left passage. The rock in the wall of passage turns from natural stone to something carved and shaped by ancient hands. There is the occasional mark of lettering, now half rubbed away by time, spelling some message of doom. Oh, good. Abruptly with a sealed door. Alright, open the goddamn door. You push open the door slowly. Then a catch clicks, and some ominous rumblings start behind you. Behind you, a wall is rising from the stone floor to seal you off. Run for it. Run for it. You run for the wall, but by the time you reach it, there is only a thin gap in the top, and as you leap to pull yourself through the gap seals, there is a great splashing around you. You whirl around to see hundreds of gallons of water gushing towards you. You are swept off the ground as the room and corridor fill. You are sure to drown. Well, shit. Alright. I don't know if I have any magic for this. This is gonna be bad. We don't have... Caster must be quickly. The attacking spell, that ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work. Ooh! How? If there's an H, that'd actually be very useful. Open locked doors, or DOP. Okay, how or DOP could work here. Use magic! I need to fucking use magic. Cast a spell. H or D. H or D. Come on, come on. D. O. P. Okay. You cast the spell rapidly, and the ceiling wall behind you judders with a great grinding of stone on stone. Whew! Then it begins to fall. The corridor drains quickly, the water disappearing to unseen sewers, and you are dumped back on the floor. A narrow escape. You head back to the previous junction almost as if nothing had happened. You have been lucky. Very lucky indeed, and we are losing a lot of stamina. Ugh. You return... Okay, so let's go straight on. You creep outward along the tunnel. The going is suddenly more difficult, and you realize that the tunnel is climbing at a quite sharp gradient. Little stone rattles and rolls away down in the dark as the highest point. A side passage splits the wall on the right. As you enter, two stones roll away down the slope. Keep going straight. You move further down the tunnel. The cave wall crush in close, as though the rock is squeezing you to death. Your shoulder rubs against the wall. When you feel certain you can go no further, the tunnel ends in yet another T-junction. A pair of stones sit on top of each other by one wall. Go left. You slip through the crack in the left. Moving down the tunnel, your foot suddenly meets thin air. In front of you is a deep pit, from which raises a hissing snakes. You have returned to the mouth of the snake pit. Two stones. Alright, then go right. Oh, then wait. If one stone is left and two stone is right, the passage climbs steeply when the crack beneath the gentle wind opened to the left. Alright, left then. path twists and bends and jackknives, and then a crawl space yawns on your left. A couple of stones are piled up near the wall. Alright. Go left then. Take the left passage, turn down. You have been here before. The side passage opens to the left, 2 stones. Alright, well then straight on then. You edge on. Again, you reach the boulder that blocks. God damn it. Inch towards through the dark. Pair of stones is stacked. Alright, so right then. Take a right, pass the projects, and at the point, finish the fork. You've evidently been this way. Right. Gap in the right wall. Walls turn some close and thin. You breathe echoes off the... Oh, this is new. Trap passage. You are following forks. Couple stones on top each other by 1 wall. Alright, right then. You follow passage. Oh, I found it! I found her! Yes! You follow the passage when you hear an echo of whimpering coming up the corridor. Your torchlight falls across. This is a really long burning torch, I will be very honest with you. Frail shape hiding in the shadows is the young Svin girl, stacking stones in hundreds of little towers. Hi! Look for traps first. You run your torchlight around the wall of the cavern. No switches or triggers that you can see. The girl watches you with silent fear, and then the torchlight falls on a deep scratch in the rock, a claw mark. Suddenly, there is a loud roaring from the mouth of the short cavern. Oh, shit. The walls begin to shake and crumble. The Svin's stone towers topple and scatter to one side. A gap in the rubble begins to open, letting through a mean shaft of light. But before you can head for it, the roaring sound is joined by a scream of the Svin girl. You turn slowly and peer into the gloom back along the tunnels. Is there something moving? Something coming closer? Perhaps the roaring is the wind rushing through the tunnel? Please? Something is coming. Oh, a chimera! Lovely. You hear the scrabbling sound of claws on rock, and the exit from the tunnel is blocked by a dark and looming shape. A manticore. No. I keep forgetting. Manticores and whatever I just said. What would I just say? Either way, a huge, terrible stands between you and the light and howls bloody rage. Okay, well, please can I have my giant tooth usable? Please. I can pop again. P. Oh, no, that's EP. Strength. No. H. U. F. No, can't use those. F. U. F. Force field. 3 stamina. I can do fog, though. Summon darkness. Yeah, make it so we can't see, please. You cast the spell, and the narrow rock walls seem to gush with thick black smoke. The Svin girl gasps as the manticore disappears out of sight. You hear the creature blundering in the darkness, a mere arm's length away. You have slowed it down. If you draw your sword now, you will have an advantage, or you have gained yourself more time for further sorcery. Well, definitely, that's good. Let's see if I can't... Oh, I have 2 hit points left if this does... Oh, boy. Oh, fuck yeah! You are... fucking dead! Boom! You drop a giant's tooth on the floor and quickly cast your spell. A cloud of smoke gathers around the tooth and it creates a large giant. My teeth collection works so well. Looms from the darkness. A giant looms through the darkness of your fog spell. Head stooped by the cavern roof. He is armed with a spiked club and sets about the manticore with loud crashing blows. Stay back a little bit. You stay back despite desperate to avoid the deadly flinging tail. The fight is titanic, and the giant's incredible strength and the manticore blinded by the efforts of your spells. For a moment, you think this is the end. The giant lands a colossal blow, but then the two accurate flicks of its sting, the manticore catches the giant first in the side and then in the head. Your champion falls and hits the rock floor with an enormous crash. A moment later, he is nothing but a puff of smoke and a spent tooth. The manticore roars through the darkness, making the walls of the chamber shake. But listening closely, you can hear a note of fear in its too human voice. It is still a beast of ferocious strength, but you have weakened it. You will have to make the next and final spell matter, or take your task. Let's try. We can do pop, zap, P-O-P. Ba-boom. You cast the spell quickly over one of the pebbles and lob it at the creature. It strikes it in the side of a vicious explosion of fur and blood. You know what? I could throw another... You know what? Save it for... I don't know. Attack! Oh shit, I should have used it again. You draw your sword and close the beast's eyes first tightly on the terrible sting. Its breath through the magical darkness sounds of hellfire, but you have half killed it already. Yeah, okay. Let's, if it's taking it back, thrust! Parry! Oh, shit, I'm dead. Thrust, parry, shit! Defend! 1 damage, alright. That thing fucking hurts. Alright. 8.2, thrust it! Take a 3 out of him. Very nice. Alright, I want to go again with a 6.3. Cut! Do a lot of damage here. Defend. Getting some stamina back. We have 2 more defends at our disposal. Let's go with a 5.7 to cut it down. Here we go. 2 more strikes. Alright. I can only defend for a couple more. Defending works pretty well here. Alright. We're gonna have to go really balls to the wall here. 5.1. Slam. And final blow. All we can muster. Yes! Manticore down. Oh god. Standing firm, you swing a fearsome stroke against the monster. Your sword blade seems almost to be possessed. It finds its way past the manticore's sweeping claws, through its thick hide, and down into its ancient, cruel heart. For a moment it howls loud enough to make the walls shake, and then everything falls quiet. 3 stamina, skilled swordplay. Yeah, we're good. I'm okay. I am just... Give me a minute as blood is drenched on my face. I am okay. Splits. Standing firm. Okay. The only noise in the chamber is the hammering of your heart and the quiet breathing of the Sven girl. Thank you, the Sven girl murmurs. Then, tugging at your arm, this way. Oh, you know how to get out then? Okay. She leads you towards the light, through a gap in the rock, to the pool of sunlight in the first cavern. I hurt. Noticing is permanent. Click the rewind button at any time. Get a different path. That's fine. You have the torch, hoping to attract... You wave your torch. Tell the girl to call up. Girl, call your father. The Sven child nods muley, then bawls at the top of her lungs. Procyon, I'm here! Then something drops down. A rope with a basket on the end. The girl first, calls the voice from above. Yeah, sure, get in. You're good. Go. You lift the girl into the basket and call up. Haul away! The Sven give a great cry and begin to pull. The basket starts to slowly rise, spinning as it goes. The girl waves to you as she disappears up into the sunlight. Then she's gone. Wait a little bit. Minute passes. Nothing. Another minute. Still nothing. No sign of sound of movement from above. The tunnel echoes very slightly, a noise from the depth. Perhaps the manticore was not alone. Guys? You wait a little longer, settling down on your pack. You can imagine the celebration going on above ground. Tears and grateful reunions. Not surprising they'll lose track of me. Though, I'd rather they didn't. Down here in the dark. And then, sure enough, the basket and the rope tumble down. You clamber quickly as they haul you up. Above ground, the chief himself helps you out onto the grass. His daughter is with him, clutching his hand. My daughter tells you fight bravely, he says. For that I grateful. I invite you with us back. We'll go. Back to the place. Hopefully I can take a nap because holy shit, I hurt so much. A little generosity cannot hurt, you nod. I will come. As you enter the village, it erupts in celebration. Yay! Woohoo! Oh yeah, I can hear him. Listen to the celebration. You are given a place to stay and recuperate from the long journey. Oh god, I hurt so much. A visit to the healing priest treats your wounds, and when you emerge, it is to find the village before so somber it's silent, now in full life. Flowers are tied to every rooftop, and bands of spin are playing music on long, strangely shaped lyres. You're whisked away into the dance by Procyon from the daughter before the chief can give you his thanks again. It's a really fun night of partying. Oh, and I gained some cash too. That night you sleep heavily and rise the next morning to continue your journey. The chief meets you before you go. My good friend, he declares, you have saved us. He presents two gifts, into your hand. A pouch of 10 gold pieces for a fortune for a place like this, and a key. It opens the South City gate of Kale, where I'm going. I hope you use it. Yay! You take your leave. Wait, if I didn't have the key... You take your leave. The path winds away from Torpain, and soon you are on a downward slope, away from the hills, through steeped rice fields. Ooh, cool. As you walk, you feel for the first time the loneliness of the path ahead. Even, we had some fun back there, but now I feel kind of lonely. Though Carré is a busy city, it is cruel, and beyond Carré, there is nothing but the vicious wasteland. You will have no one to trust in the days ahead. In the distance raises the wall of the great city, the first true stonework you have seen since the ruins of the giant city in the hills. The winding path. Oh! Your journey through the the hills is completed. Along the way, you have made no useful friendships, but have been given 2 useful keys to the cells of the Red Eyes and to the Gates of Care. You have collected some magical artifacts, 2 pebbles, and 3 giant's teeth. You are armed with a long sword and your original sword. You have 2 rations and 14 gold pieces and a spell book. The adventure continues in Sorcery 2.